And we're live.
Alright. Should be good. Will be just a moment here as we confirm that we are.
Yep.
Alright. So, we should in fact be streaming then. That's good to know. So, to everyone out there who's either watching us now or will be watching the recording, hello! Nice to see you all back here. I'm Ryu, this is Zero, and this is our playthrough of Super Robot Wars Z2 Saisei. So, when last we left off, unfortunately the past 2 days we've only managed to get a single stage done per day because they've been incredibly long, plot-heavy ones, mainly focused on the plot of this game. So, when last we met, Crow wound up coming back. That's the most important thing. To put it a bit differently, or to perhaps recap it better.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to see people in in chat already.
Drink more, brother.
I'm trying. So,
Firebug showed up. Their leader has defected to the kingdom of Insalaum. Crow's back in 1 million G worth of debt. Those are all the primary points. Really old headphones, actually.
old headphones actually, is the ones I've been using they've been slowly dying, but they're now completely dead, so we're using a different pair.
So sorry if the audio is a bit unbalanced this time.
We had to make a couple of adjustments for that. So, yes, do let us know if the audio is
Too
a bit
quiet
off
or
compared
too
to normal.
loud.
But yes, Crow's back. He's 1 million G in debt. His old squad Firebug has shown off and tried to capture him and his unit. And, yeah. Insalaum is about to become a far more major problem as they're ready to kick things up to the next step and activate the zone. Why is this important? We don't know yet, but it sounds bad. So, to advance.
Not the spiral zone.
Yes,
More dangerous.
Possibly. But zones, they are bad news. I sincerely apologize, Your Highness. Let's see. How can I possibly make amends for what Wayne has done? Don't worry about it, Cheval. After all, that's how Wayne always is. However, but I'm shocked. Let's see. Not reading that well, but looks like... But to think that he would have left, or the official... To think that he would have left before the presentations after the fights ended, and then gone home on his own. He must really have been upset that he lost to Gerard. Let's see. His foolishness and strong-headedness must be a part of my faults as his teacher as well. But after all, but he's still young, isn't he? It'll change with time. No. But he's still young. That'll change with time, won't it? Lord Gerard! Margaret! Don't laugh at me! Please, let's leave it at that for now, Cheval. Yes. For what's going to happen to Wayne here... I've already made preparations. And after all we need to say is that this was yet another bit of training for him. I thank you for your leniency, Your Highness. Master! We've got a big problem! Restrain yourself, Wayne! You're in front of His Highness! This isn't the time for things like that. We received a transmission from Rabbit. From Lord Rabbit. Let's see. The dimensional boundaries in the northern hemisphere have become incredibly unstable. At this rate, a dimensional quake's about to occur. A dimensional quake? What on earth? What's happening to this world? Palace Insalaum. Prince's personal room. Ah! That dream again? That day. Thanks to that demon that appeared from another world, Insalaum was... Your Highness, it's almost time. I know, Ambrone. I'll be coming up to the bridge soon. Today is the first step towards rebuilding the Holy Kingdom of Insalaum. Please, do not forget that, Your Highness. Our first step towards rebuilding the zone. This first step for Insalaum will be one we can never take back. Yes, as a side note, zone here is written entirely in English, so always good to see that. Probably some sort of crazy acronym like Zexus, which is Z Extra International Savers, right?
Yep.
Still probably better than Z Blue will be. Ptolemaeus II's briefing room. And so, I don't know, I can't explain the full details precisely, but it looks like I'm $1 million in debt again. You truly are a pitiful man, aren't you? They say that if you walk a dog, you'll find a stick. They say if you walk a dog, you'll find a stick. And just like that, no matter where you go, you wind up getting further in debt, don't you? That's just how things are, isn't it? But Chief, about the money, you don't need to worry about that. I've already gone ahead and paid the $1 million to Zenitory, as expected of the Chief of the Scout Labs. You may be tough to deal with at times, but you definitely know how to take care of things when needed. Incredible, unparalleled, the greatest of all, as expected... as expected of the Fox Professor, unrivaled under the heavens!
Tendo Soji, is that you?
No. But yes, he does explicitly say, the Super Fox Professor, unrivaled under the heavens. Flattery will get you nowhere here. After all, the one who paid the money to Zentori wasn't the lab. What? Hey there, poor guy. Looks like you're back. Looks like your nickname's ill-fitting. Looks like your nickname fits you again. You're that former rich guy. Oh, don't look down on me like that. After all, I'm the one who paid off your debt here today. Are you serious? Incredibly so. Just as how you've returned to being poor as always, I've gone back to being as rich as I was. What's going on, Chief? Is he really receiving... Did he really get that much money from you? That's terrible! How could you do such a thing like that? I'm going to file a complaint with the Labor Division! You're wrong, poor guy. After all, the reason I was able to pay off that $1 million debt of yours is due to my personal skills. See. I decided to try and take care of those things on but a whim, but I ended up earning quite a bit of money back. See. They often say that money is like fools. So long as you begin to acquire a little bit of it, all you need to do... Once you acquire a little bit of it, all you need to do is sit back and wait, and the rest will come flocking to you. I don't want to hear anymore. Please stop talking. But allow me to tell you this at least, poor man. The one you're in debt to is me. Remember that. And so... Oh dear. I have a feeling I know what he's asking for, but... And so, mind how you speak to me from now on. If I knew it was going to come to this, I should have just abandoned him back at the South Pole. I completely agree with you here, but if that happens, you would have been sold off by Zenitori here. That man's company. Oh, I thought they were just simple money lending company, but it looks as if they've got quite a few connections to the military here. Good. Headphones back. I've had far too much. I've been swelled far too much by the. No. I've had to do far too much for the military here. Very least, that's the one thing I'd want to avoid. Don't worry, Crow. All the data that you wind up gathering in combat will be sold back to me and used to pay off that debt. Understood. Since it's come to this, I'll do everything I can for Zexus. I won't waste even a single G. I don't hate the fact that you're so stingy with your money like that. I'm praying here that you wind up running into some tough opponents again. You do this every time, but I really hope that isn't the case. Poor Crow.
Yeah, Hibiki doesn't seem like he'd get along with really any OG characters.
No, Hibiki's a nice guy. It's just the fact that he's constantly wobbling between hope and despair, always.
You can easily throw Crow into any OG series.
I mean,
you just have him to wander into debt again.
Yeah, I mean, Crow's got a good reason to fight, always. Just, he needs money. Poor guy. All you need to do is come up with something other than spheres to power the Brasta, and you're set. But that takes away its most awesome attack.
Unless you have the other sphere reactors.
Even so, I don't think that they would fit well. Just the concept of spheres, you'd have to have them as, you know, the protagonists almost if you're going to do that.
Well, it would likely be W through Z. Is that why he's in debt?
His father was a Britannian lord? Didn't know that he was a lord, but... Yes, his debt was all due to his father.
You can easily just make him have debt any other way, though.
Given the amount of times he's stumbled into extra debts here, it could wind up anyway.
Yeah. I don't think it was ever explained how he managed to get such a high debt.
I believe it had to do with the fact that his company was an utter failure. And then he died of illness.
Alright.
Well then, farewell, poor man. Give my regards to the kitten. Even though they're always acting... They always act at odds with each other, but at a time like this they're able to get along well. What? Money? Even if you're ignoring someone else's presence, you instantly reacted to the sound of money. Yeah, exactly as the rumors said. No, you're even more of a miser than the rumors had said. What? It's just you, Lock-On? You. Even when you look at me, you don't look that shocked. I'd heard about you from your brother. Is that so? So you got along pretty well with him, huh? As you know, I'm pretty much always in debt. See. And so, a certain sniper who was always watching out for other people, and so I was always being helped out by a certain sniper who was watching everyone else in battle. I've got high hopes for you, Lock-On. So you're also comparing me to my brother? Well, considering that you are twins, and the fact that you've taken on the same position as him, I've got certain expectations. But don't worry. What I'm betting on is the fact that you've got the... The reason I'm betting on you is because you've had the resolve to take on his name. Huh? If you're going to take on that name, If you're going to take on the same name as him, you should have already been prepared to be compared to him, right? And after all, you're lock-on now too. I have a feeling we'll get along well. You... After all, we're the same, aren't we? We both really like the man known as Neil Delandy. Alright, Crow. I'll be sure to lock on and shoot down anything that might help your debt even a little bit more. Enemy alarm. And this is an urgent one, too. Everyone at Texas! The urgent alarms have sounded. Let's see. At the current point in time, in the seas around North America, a group of ships believed to be from Insalaum have been spotted. And they've erected a large structure on the continent. They've constructed a building? This is the footage we have from the site. What the hell is that? It's quite a thing. Listen to me, citizens of Earth. My name is Uther Insalaum. Let's see. As the son of the 72nd king of the Holy Kingdom of Insalaum, I am currently the ruler of Insalaum. Our homeland of Insalaum currently resides on a different world than this Earth of yours. To all of you listening, and in order to erect the Holy Kingdom of Insalaum in this world, we shall issue our declaration of war to all countries. If you are willing to accept the citizens of Insalaum upon your lands, then that is fine. We do not wish to spread pointless battles. However, if you wish to go oppose us, at that time our knights, you shall come to know the power of our knights, the Arc-Sabers. And now, on this land, as a symbol of Insalaum's power, we have erected a zone. It's a thing. In the face of this zone and the Arc-Saber's power, all resistance is futile. See, citizens of Earth, we await your wise decision. My name is Uther Insalaum. To all citizens of Earth, we the citizens of Insalaum have arrived. Sure. Not perfect, but close enough. So yes, they've got a massive thing there they've planted. I'm very curious what on earth the text on the screen is saying, but I can't quite read it well enough. Oh well. Uther Insalaum. So that guy's the king of Insalaum? Well, since he said he was the king's son, guess that makes him the prince instead? Well, I guess it's mostly just a matter of semantics, I'd think. Who cares about something like that? What the hell's with that zone thing? Let's see. Doesn't appear to be. It doesn't appear to be a fortress. It looks like some kind of device. From what that prince guy said, it sounds like it's some sort of weapon. If that's the case, we just need to go crush it, right? Calm down. Guessing that's probably right, huh? Let's see. If they're going to be building a weapon on that scale, they've probably got quite a few skilled people around there. Just before here, we had quite a tough fight against even just 2 of the Arc-Sabers. And to top it off, they'd even prepared a weapon like that? Felt. How's the Federation army moving? Let's see. It looks as if they're currently maintaining a perimeter around it and merely observing the situation. For the standard army, with their base equipment, and it appears as though it would be difficult for them to tackle Insalaum, which uses dimensional beasts. What the hell are Alos and the Alos and Oz doing? Let's see. After all, haven't most of the Federation's budget gone to them? And preparations gone to them instead? The Alos keep on claiming their mission is peacekeeping. I think they'll probably use that as an excuse not to move. And Oz is most likely refusing to move because the A-Laws aren't. Although they may be preparing squads nearby, there aren't any definitive movements from them. Are both sides refusing to move out against an unknown force? Or it could be that they're waiting for some kind of saviors to come. Savior? That'd probably be us, wouldn't it? So is Zexus going to go face off against Insalaum? We've got no choice. All we can do is go and see what happens. As expected of the man who's a million in debt. You haven't changed a bit from back then. Aren't you the same? No. What did you say, Crow? I'll take care of it all on my own. We're not trying to praise you, fool! But I agree with Crow. After all, that's why Zexus exists, right? That's right. Our job is to take out all the enemies of humanity. It's a good opportunity. We'll go ahead and show off our strength to those spineless A-Laws and Oz guys. Since we've decided, let's go ahead and get moving. I don't know what on earth that zone thing is. We ought to hurry and take care of it. So I guess it's decided, Zero? Since it's... Let's see. Since that prince issued that declaration, he had to have known it would come to it. All units, prepare to launch. As of now... Oh. As of now, we shall head towards Sacramento in North America. And take out Insalaum.
I'm sorry, they've set this up in Sacramento, California?
Yes, apparently.
Okay.
Well, I mean, where else would you try and set it?
I don't know, Florida? The Grand Canyon, literally in the middle of nowhere?
Well, I mean... They're picking somewhere on the coast, because obviously they've got these battleships that were hiding somewhere. Kind of hard to hide over dry land. But yes. To think that we really would be trying to go off and be saviors. What the hell was I thinking joining these people? Well, that's what Zexus is. We're all the same here. But I guess you're the one who drew the shortest straw, huh? Although it's not something we want to admit. But lock on. And you're part of the same group Crow's always being lumped in with, don't you know? Seems as though my brother was that kind of guy. Let's see. It's not as if that's something... It's not as if you need to like me or anything like that. But since you've gone ahead and taken on Lock-On's name, we're expecting you to at least do his part. Although, I'd rather not wind up like he did. What's wrong? You're the sniper from the SMS, right? No, it's nothing. What's wrong, Miss Setsuko? It's nothing, Esther. I'm sorry for making you worry. If something's happening, hurry up and tell me. I'd like to do whatever I can to help you. Thanks, Esther. If that zone thing really is what I'm feeling, then I have to hurry. Chapter 16. Heart of the Dimension.
We're further along than I thought.
Chapter-wise?
Yeah. It's just because the Kuman and Middle East route splits felt like...
They took forever because they did.
Yeah.
It takes up a quarter of the game.
Alright.
See. Brown. To have sent out half of our fleet against the surrounding enemies is... Please don't worry, Your Highness. But to have launched both Sir Gerard and Sir Wayne as well was far too reckless. But in the one in a million chance that something does happen, I've made sure to leave Lady Margaret here. Good luck, miss. Good luck, sis. Sis? After all, the unit I was given is pretty much the sibling of your pearl nail, isn't it? With Miss... And besides... You're Mar? I'm Mare? We're just like sisters, aren't we? Money, 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 money. Oh, don't worry so much, sis. After all... Oh, even if I don't get to launch this time, I get to sit here and watch you. It isn't as if I want to launch here. Please don't worry, Lady Margaret. As Emberone said, it's only a 1 in a million chance. But, Your Highness... You're supposed to be a High Knight, aren't you? You should just relax. In case something does actually happen, we'll launch that. So long as we have the fruits of my dimensional science research. It is true that thanks to Lady Ambrone's research into dimensional science, the power of the Arcsabers can't be compared to what it was before. But they're here in this world. See. This is Gringar. There's a transmission from Gringar 13 to the flagships. There's a number of battleships rapidly approaching this area. It's... Launch your 20 units.
Alright. Ignore you, ignore you. Sure. Really?
What?
She's not auto-deployed.
That is surprising. Yeah. Check positioning, just always be careful of that. Remember to place the people who can't fly somewhere where they're not going to be stuck on a building.
Yeah, that's what I'm primarily doing.
Thankfully, positioning is not quite as important as it will be when we get Basara, but...
Everyone shut up and listen to his songs.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. Sexus! These are the guys that took out both Shabala and the King of Destruction, aren't they? Please, do not worry, Your Highness. For the Arcsabers who have been powered up through the use of dimensional science, they are no threat. Now, we shall await your... Now, Your Highness, please issue the orders. Now! Yes. All units, launch!
Plenty of nice little weak things.
And Arcsabers. So they've gone ahead and showed up. What's with that zone thing? It doesn't look as if it's doing anything at the moment. But if the situation winds up turning bad, there's a possibility they'll use it. So we'll need to put an end to this before they can do that. What's wrong, Setsuko? Not feeling good? Mr. Crow, do you not feel anything? Not in particular. Is that so? So Mr. Crow isn't yet... Let's hurry. I have a bad feeling looking at that zone. Truth or Insalaum? There's something I wish to ask you who set forth that declaration of war. What? We are Zexus. A special squadron that was formed in order to face against sole enemies of humanity. So, do you intend to fight against us or not? This is the first and last time we shall ask. That is... Your Highness! Since we've gone ahead and erected the zones, there is no going back! I know that. Zexus. Word of your heroic deeds has reached even us. To begin with, allow me to express my respect for you. However, what you are attempting is pointless. As the ruler of Insalaum, I shall believe wholeheartedly in anything that I say. My knights the Arcsabers shall surely take you out, and bring Insalaum fully back upon these shores. How dare you talk like that? So you're gonna go against this entire world? Let's see. So Insalaum, which was destroyed by the Kingdom of Destruction, is trying to rebuild itself here? But why? After all, they should have their own country in that world, right? Let's see. Who cares about their reasons? If they're gonna pick a fight with the world, well, we're not the kind of people who just let them do it. Uther and Salam, we've confirmed your declaration of war against us. And so, we shall advance and exterminate your forces. All units, commence attack. Prove your force to those fools who look down upon your name. All units, protect the flagship. We cannot allow His Highness's palace to fall. They're suddenly ordering a charge? That prince, does he know anything about strategy? But the enemy's morale is high. And to top it off, they've got dimensional beasts with them. It's not going to be easy. We have to do it. Let's go, Insalaum. We'll be your first enemies. All units, take out the Arcsabers. Let's see. We'll take out their front line and proceed on to eliminate their fortress. They're the ones who came at us first. Alright, I'll be using you to pay back my debts. So don't complain to me.
SR point unknown.
Destroy all enemies other than the palace in Salam. Yes, in Z22, pretty much from the start, you're allowed to deploy 20 units, so it's nice.
That was a small failure, but can live with that.
Orders. How do they work? But yes. So, you may not have had the best use of Zero's orders there, but
it's
acceptable.
a boost.
Maybe you should have moved him forward some. But still.
Out of curiosity, in Z3, who do you pair with the Solar Aquarian, or the Aquarian Evol?
So in Z3, the main person I have paired with the Solar Aquarian, since for those who do not know, Z3 utilizes a pair system where you have teams of 2 units out. I actually have recently here kept the Altron with him.
Ah, right.
Because the Altron actually has super long range for its support attack. So it can easily cover 2/3 of the distance of a Mugen Punch. And that's something that I find really important for the Aquarians. To have someone who can actually back up their super long range attacks.
So this bonus is nice.
Yes. Even if it's not perfect, it still covers a good chunk of the area. I was curious for a moment if you were going to actually have the Venus Alpha attack.
Oh yeah, they actually have an okay post-movement attack this time.
Yeah, it's got the Z-Cutter and a Photon Energy Beam. Is that something you necessarily want to use? No, but...
It's a thing. Nah, I've shown it before. The only one I haven't used in this one is the strongest attack.
Certainly. Regola Glory. Be sure to show it off here.
Because we won't have this for like 30, 40 chapters.
Yes, unfortunately, we will be losing the Regola Glory here after this chapter.
For pretty much the entire game.
Yes, but when we get to the final,
Route split.
the very end of the game, we will get it back.
Oh,
along with
come
the other-
on.
Yes, 55.
Okay, that's slightly better.
It's not a single digit.
A single digit is just taunting you.
And hey, you've got Esther. Feed her a kill here, so not bad. Yes, the Wings That Wipes Away Tears is actually a pretty good theme, I think.
Can't say. Haven't heard it.
Yes, since you can't hear anything that's happening.
I'm sure I'll hear it quite a bit in Z1.
Probably.
They'll probably use her in the same Super Robot Wars OG they use all the other Z people.
Yes, I can't see them taking her separately from Crow because, I mean, really.
Most of her character is involved with Crow. Not a good thing, mind you, but
But a lot of her stuff has to do with Crow, so. It's just like how you wouldn't use Margaret without Crow.
people I've seen have been theorizing that there's going to be a new OG's game at some point here soon with Double through Z.
That would be nice.
Since they haven't done Double yet, and they haven't done the next games after that were the Z series.
The question is, though, will they add in all of the other new people?
All the others? You mean VX?
V through T.
There's
No
a
clue,
chance.
but-
It's
Yes.
a small chance, but a chance nonetheless.
Even though I have not really played even though I haven't played really any of T other than some of the demos that have been available, I just love the nickname of the male main character, the Beast in a Necktie. It's such a wonderful nickname for a character.
Dygard isn't in them, is it?
Not that I know.
It would be perfect for Dygard to be in T.
Yes, since, I mean, you're just salaryman as well, even though you're working for a company designing robots. It's still a company. You're still just a salaryman. Tetsujin rolling attack!
Tetsujin is...
Bron! Aren't we being pushed back here? How dare you! Ooh. You weren't able to it's probably because they aren't able to make use of those nights I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into with that dimensional science. At this rate, the day that the Palace of Insalaum falls shall not be far off. Highness, please, launch the Holy King's machine. Lady Embron? Remember, I am the Prime Minister, Lady Margaret. Now, Your Highness. Now is the time to show the citizens of Insalaum the power of the Holy King. Yes. At this rate, we'll be able to break through and target their flagship. Just you wait, Prince. We'll take you down and put an end to this fight. All right. Keep advancing. Wait a minute. Something's coming out of that ship. Pearl Nail. Is that Margaret? Margaret? Please do not worry, Your Highness. We, the Arcsabers, shall strike down the night enemies of Insalaum. Your Highness? You merely act as a center figure piece. Show yourself off to our knights. Yes. That unit that's wearing a crown. It's clearly a higher class than the other Arcsabers. So that's... Now, Your Highness! Sexus! I have seen your strength! And now, I shall face you myself! With the Holy King's unit, the Holy King's machine. The Insalaum? In other words, it's a special machine designed for the royal family's use? That prince. He seems as if he was kind of unreliable, but he's going to the front lines himself. But this is a chance. All units, focus attacks on Uther and Insalaum. We could put an end to this here. Captain, what do we do about the Pearl Nail? We've been sending transmissions to Margaret before, but we haven't received any response. So there's nothing we can do. Margaret, you're going to fight against me? I'm Mark Saber, number 7. One of His Highness's royal bodyguards, Margaret Pistol. My life has been offered up to His Highness long in my motherland far ago. Sexus, I challenge you! Lady Margaret. So you're just going to take us on without even trying to listen. So, what are you going to do, Crow? There's nothing we can do. If they're going to fight against us, it's obvious what we'll do. What's with this pain? What's this feeling? If I don't hurry, feels like something crazy is going to happen here. So. Oh.
What?
So, goal is still destroy all enemies other than the palace in Insalaum. SR point is deal 4,500 damage to the Holy King's machine in a single hit. Upon getting hit once, it will retreat.
Okay.
After all, he may be their king, and he may have the strongest unit, but he really doesn't like fighting.
It's really obvious how to do that.
Probably.
I've seen people discussing... A lot of people were saying, I wonder if they're going to put the end of Alpha 3 into the next OG game. To which many people responded, the day they finish Alpha 3 and OG is the day the OG series ends. Because Alpha's OG stuff is so much, they would run out of material.
Well, we may see that at some point.
I mean, the character with the most iconic name certainly is from the Alpha series. Would you not agree? The name Sanger Zanvolt.
It is quite. Just slam.
That was the wrong motion for that, but...
Not necessarily.
I believe you typically go for a sideways swipe with that.
I'm not an expert in kendos, or anything like that. After all, there's plenty of other things you could scream. Soya!
I know Men is the other one.
Yes, in kendo,
That's for the
Men is
head.
another one. So, you got 3 battleships down there, the Pearl Nail, and the Holy King's Machine. Going to analyze them?
Is this only turn 2?
Yes. You only spent a single turn.
That was a long turn.
Mm-hmm. Because it had all that dialogue added. Let's just go ahead and analyze these things that we aren't going to have to deal with until later.
And might as well analyze one of the battleships.
Yes. But the Palace in Insalaum and the Holy King's Machine, yeah, I'm not going to have to deal with those. So,
That is stupid looking.
it's a Gringar. Could be Grimgar, maybe? Don't know. Piloted by an Arcsaber. Prevail level 3, support attack level 1. 10,000 HP.
Unknown skill.
And, Dimension Energy Crystal reactive cannons.
Okay.
The Palace in Insalaum.
Is that the... No, the robot. It
has an S in everything. But its pilot doesn't, so it's only got A's. Commandor level 2, guard, will up bonus, bonus will, and also ignore status elements. 55,000 SP. 55,000 HP. Dimension Energy Crystal Reactive Cannon Map Attack.
Okay. That looks painful.
Let's see. Omnidirectional Intercept Lasers.
Okay.
Dimension Energy Crystal Heavy Particle Cannon. And that looks like Dimension Transition Cannon, or something along those lines.
This person's clearly the villain here.
And then, the Holy King's Machine. He has, oh god, he has Command Level 1, Guard,
No
0 kills.
Level
But
50.
level 50.
Somehow.
Machine has an A in everything.
Sword equipped,
He's
shield
equipped with a sword and equipped with a shield.
I've
Yes,
not
that's,
gone through double, so I can't really say.
That's quite a unit.
It doesn't even fit on the screen.
Yeah, it says it's got a huge crown, just sort of floating. It has the Sacred Crown map attack,
That's quite a map attack.
Sacred Crown over, and the Treasured Blade Korbrand.
Okay.
That's probably based on something real, but I do not know the name of any sacred sword or legendary blade by anything resembling that name at this point in time.
8, so I can go there. I think. Yeah, I can go there.
But you don't have the will to use spigots.
Don't have the will to use spigots, and no one else is fast enough. No one else can hit far enough. Other than...
Well, I mean, it's not as if you have to do it this turn. There's no turn limit, just hit him hard enough. Yes, so long as you have...
Yeah, Chirko got...
Ignore size and defensive skills. Chirko...
Nice.
Chirko probably needs that. Poor Chirko. A lot of bad stuff will happen to him by the end.
Attack.
Since I don't think I'd mentioned it here, I've gone ahead and added here to our page an additional poll for the next route split. It'll still be a couple of days, we'll have until next week. But, the next route split will be an interesting one. Our options are to go to the Dark Continent, in which case we'll get the Shingeru Robo and the Gurren Lagann.
And
Plus
Communist glasses.
Yes, and as a secret we can get Communist Glasses for plus 20 will, which is very nice. Also the Tower, with its super robot army attack, which is a lot more pathetic than that sounds. So, I mean, that sounds like that should be super awesome, doesn't it? And yet, it's kind of disappointing. Cat. Or snagged. On the other hand, we can go out to space. If we go out to space, we'll be doing the stories of Macross Frontier and Macross 7. Which means we'll be getting Neki Basara as an ally for a little while.
An NPC ally, mind you, but...
What do you want about he will, in fact, just be running around singing at everyone, not caring what the hell's going on?
if he isn't, it's not accurate.
Yep. And also the plot of Gundam Wing, which involves Zero System Quattro going off and destroying an entire colony. Unless we can stop it. I don't know if we will or not. I did not take that route split. So that'll be an interesting thing to see, and I would be very appreciative if anyone could vote for that.
But why would
Of
you
whichever
stop
route.
him?
How about it's best probably not to emotionally traumatize him any more than he already is?
Neither. Neither route split has any trust 0 points.
Yes. Neither of those splits have a trust 0 point. It's a matter of, do we want to see the story of Gurren Lagann and Shingeru Robo, picking them up early, or do we want to see the story of Macross Frontier /7 and Gundam Wing and pick up the upgraded wing units, -0 in heavy arms, and Neki Basara possibly a little bit earlier. Actually, no, we don't get Neki Basara at that point. But
It's
Neki
just he's an
Basara will
ally.
show up as an ally, and so we'll have a crazy guy running around singing at everything. Just because.
Do these things have barriers?
No. They do have shields, though.
Oh. Cut down.
So yes, yeah. If we go off to the Dark Continent, we'll get the Tower from Robo, the 2 Grapparals,
Stilvia.
the Stelva,
Silva.
the Shin Getter 1, 2, and 3, with Gokei and Guy, the Gurren Lagann, the Walker Gallier, and the Zabungle. Everyone's favorite unit, right? Zabungle. On the other hand, if we got to space, we have Basara show up as an ally twice, running around singing at people. We temporarily have Brera Stern from Macross Frontier and Gamlin from Macross 7. Z-Cutter. We'll get the Strike, Freedom, and Infinite Justice, and we'll get the Death Scythe House, Sandrock Kai, and Ultron Gundams. So those will be nice. Also a Taurus, but really, who cares about Tauruses? Truly.
Yeah, there are no Trust 0 points on route splits after the first one.
But later today we should have another 0 point.
It's taken an hour to get through less than 2 turns.
Yes, but we knew it would take that.
I know it's because dialogue, but still. What does Mulaflaga get in W? Does he just get the Sky Grasper?
So from what I remember about Double, there's a lot of stuff that happens with Mu showing up temporarily in his Mobius 0. And so you just kind of have to do what you can. And there are secrets involving him getting a certain number of kills on the limited stages he's on.
That is actually worse. Yeah, the Mobius 0, that's actually worse than the Sky Grasper.
I don't know about that. Because if I also remember correctly, the events of Gundam Seed don't start until halfway through the game. But then again, I didn't fully play it. I only played the first 2 chapters and looked at some of the information about it online.
It's got one of the coolest OG mechs.
You're talking about the fact that it combines with battleships multiple times?
Yes! The fact that it combines with a battleship that combines with another battleship. How much more ridiculous can you get?
Choginga Gurren Lagann. That's all I will say.
Yeah, but the Choginga Gurren Lagann doesn't combine with multiple battleships.
Yes, and the events of Gundam Wing take place just before the game starts. Which is why...
You get Duo and...
Yes, which is why at the start of the game you have Quattro, Roberba Winner, and Hiro Yui.
In retaliation for him taking his name.
Yes, in retaliation for the fact that Hiro wound up borrowing Duo's name for a while. Duo. What better way to get back at Hiro?
Seed mode active.
Cat. Claire, you're being... I'm not quite sure what you're being right now, other than in the way.
Difficult?
Sure, let's go with that. She is a difficult cat.
Yeah, even a Tauros would be preferable to that.
You're saying that a Tauros would be better than the Mobius 0?
Yes.
But if Mu's not in a Mobius 0, how does he get to show off his new type abilities? Since Mulaflaga is canonically a new type.
So's his son. So's Kira Yamato.
No, the bit I'm talking about there is the fact that, you know, that's the reason he's able to manipulate the wire-guided barrels.
Is that why?
Yeah, that's the reason that he's got the spatial ability to manipulate them. I mean, it's not like psycho frame manipulation, but that's the reason he's got the skills needed to be able to accurately move them without crashing them into each other or blowing them up. There's a reason no one else could use those Mobius Zeros. And not just the fact that it took a lifetime to master them. Yay, new types! And yet I don't know in how many games he's actually counted as a new type.
What do you think the odds are of Frozen Teardrop ever making it into a Super Robot Wars?
Very low.
Or even making it into an SD Gundam game?
That's more likely. But I'd say the possibility of Frozen Teardrop appearing is next to zero unless it gets an actual animated version.
It has, I believe, the 130-minute OVA.
I'm talking about,
An
multiple
actual.
OVAs. A series of them that take off. Unfortunately, I cannot read comments right now due to this cat that is pinning me in place. Walk on. Faithful Archer.
You could always just have a Leo with the barrels added to it.
A Leo with the Mobius Zero's wire-guided barrel guns. Well,
I've heard worse ideas.
I'm certain the Federation has as well.
Just slap a V-fin on something, call it a Gundam, and you can sell it.
Yes, along those lines, I was looking up the plot for Crossbone Gundam Steel 7 earlier today, and took a look at the Record Breaker unit they had designed. It explicitly states on the Gundam Wiki in the history page that before selling it to the Federation, the company that designed it was planning on redesigning it to make it look more Gundam-like as an extra selling point. Because the Federation just laps up anything Gundam. Slap that title on it, give it a V-fin, and yeah, they'll buy it.
And why shouldn't they? It's a Gundam!
So the only other thing I will say to you about the matter of Leos with the Mobius Zero wire barrels is, remember, those are only usable in space. Leos are not optimized for space.
That's why the Space Leos exist.
Even so, they're not particularly well optimized.
What are you talking about? The Space Leos are nothing but optimized. They completely get rid of all ability to go on land. If that is not the pinnacle of optimization, I don't know what is.
I shall bow before your engineering knowledge here. I was gonna say, is the Zeta still doing okay there?
No. No, it is not.
Maybe you should have used Trust?
I'm banking on it attacking,
Crow.
Crow.
Yep. Because...
Dodge. No. Defend.
Margaret. Is the reason you're fighting us for the sake of your homeland? I have no need to answer you. The blade that I swing now is for my own sake. If that's so, then you... Don't say it, Crow-Proust. I'm Margaret Pistol, one of the Arc-Sabers. Even your prided speech shall not be a match for the Pearl Nail.
It might. Crossers might have the Sigu with barrels added to it.
Did they ever actually do that?
In one of the mangas.
Okay. Well,
For Rao. Which is Mu, right?
no. Raul Lacruzza is the clone of Mu's father. Neil Roanoke is Mu.
You see my problem.
There are too many people with the same face in Seed. You've got at least...
But that's because seed face syndrome.
No, even worse than that, there's the fact that you've got
Alright.
You've got at least 5 or 6 people with the same face. Yeah, you've got Mu Laflaga, you've got Neo Roanoke, who is a clone of Mu's father. No, you've got Neo Roanoke, who is Mu. You've got Raul Lacruzette, who is a clone of Mu's father. You've got Reza Burrell, who I think is also one of those clones? Maybe? Yes, they're all related.
How high is this thing's defense?
Has 1900 armor.
Just trying to get a comparison. Yeah, it's pretty high armor, so really it wants me to do a combined attack.
Probably, I mean, you've got time.
Alright, you go over here.
Yep, off you go. Alright, Claire. Have a good day, kitty. Yes. Using the purple Windham in Gundam Breaker 3 to give the female sidekick a different color than most. Well, yeah, if you've got a weird colored unit for your ally, it means you're less likely to accidentally panic over them, certainly. Certainly a helpful thing. Not going to have the Aquarian sing.
I might, I'm just...
You're not going to hit anyways.
Yeah, you have Flash. The Aquarian is highly useful.
Purple Windham. You know, at times, singing Aquarian. Sadly, it's not singing the Aquarian theme due to the fact it's Pearl Nail. Yes. Sometimes I think I should have tried watching more of Seed Destiny. But then at other times, I think of all the horror stories I've heard about Seed Destiny.
Who's the main character, anyway? No, seriously, who's the main character?
I wound up, a while back, about a week ago, I wound up taking a look at all of the theme songs for Seed Destiny, and I noticed that the second opening to Seed Destiny seemed to have not the Destiny or the Impulse, but the Freedom as its background for the logo. And if that's not an indication that they knew what they were doing, but shouldn't have, it should be. Yes, they didn't figure out that Kira was the main character until halfway through. Or, as I said, or did they? Why else would they have the Freedom as the logo Gundam? Who knows?
70% hit chance, and you miss.
Well, 70 is, only about 2/3. Super Heavy Sword. Not enough.
Perfect.
No, whoever you're going to feed the kill to can have it.
Camille. Please, Camille. Please, I'm begging you. Raise your new type level.
Not going to move closer. Just going to go for the double attack.
Double attack just in case.
Alright, Camille. Please. Please hit. Huh. One of the manga retellings of Destiny had Athrun as the main character? Okay. DM radar acquired.
Yes!
New type level 4!
6 levels! I thought it might work.
Camille! You can now actually use your Hyper Beam Saber. Yay. As expected of his excess. Margaret, are you really okay with this kind of fight? I'm an Arc Saber! What a pain that woman is. Crow, Margaret's... What she's doing right now is for the sake of her homeland. She was completely serious. So all we could do was fight.
But yay.
Camille can use his current strongest weapon. At least until the biosensor comes online.
Then
Because in this one we will get the Wave Rider Crash. Thank goodness.
Just destroy it.
Alright, so now you have the Holy King's machine and 2 battleships.
Nah, not needed yet.
But the Gringars don't seem to be too strong. They don't even have special music. They're just large.
By all accounts, this... I didn't actually check, but this should have ignore size.
Probably.
It's an anti-battleship sword, after all. Or it should be.
Huh. Did Athrun actually have a dummied out suicide attack in the GBA Super Robot Wars? I mean, I can see that being a thing with the with what he did to the Aegis. But at the same time...
But what about the power of A?
I was also going to say, but actually no, I can certainly see that. Yes, I can certainly see that happening because doesn't the boss Boro have an explode command? You've mentioned that the wing pilots can blow themselves up.
Yes, the wing pilots in A and a number of others can blow themselves up. Because, well, that's what they're known for.
At the very least, Hiroyui's known for it. Huh. So, okay. Well, Atherin, if that's...
If it works, it works!
And I mean, it did take out the strike. Almost killed Kira.
But you can't kill Kira.
He has plot armor a mile thick.
He has almost as much plot armor as Hiroyui's tank top provides.
Yes, that's the law of inverse armor, right? The less armor and clothing you have, the more well protected you are.
It's, as people said, that's the reason Zero survives to Z3. People jokingly stating he was wearing the tank top underneath his uniform.
See, I was going to go ahead and say something there about bikini armor in video games, but sure, that works too.
I can fully see Hiroyui lending him that as well. One more!
Possibly, since Hiroyui is the first one to find out who on Earth Zero is beneath that mask. He's already begun hints of realizing it. But we shall see.
One more turn, and this is all... Well, it isn't all over, but this thing will be taken out.
This part of the stage, at least, will be done.
Who do I attack it with?
Who do you think's most likely to deal enough damage?
You know what, let's go for it.
He's going to be defending, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I figured he'd do.
Check your skill list. Okay, so yeah, he does not have the one I was thinking of.
The only person with that currently
is Chirico. Well, that will be up to you.
I want to show off the Hyper Beam Saber, but...
Go ahead and show off the Hyper Beam Saber. I mean, if you fail, you fail. You've already failed several SR points. What's one more?
It's the two strongest attacks I've got right now, pretty much.
Alright. See. This Holy King's machine. Itsalarius Sarklinus! Please, give me strength. The strength to protect my people! Ah, poor king. And he doesn't even try to attack.
And for the first time
in this game. The Hyper Beam Saber. Yes, you are not playing around, Camille, but let's hope you can do enough damage.
So which is more ridiculous, do you think? The Hyper Beam Saber or Crystal Dragon Jesus Unicorn?
Gonna have to go with the unicorn on that one.
Yeah, it's really not much of a contest.
Not really, no.
In terms of space magic random BS.
So can the spigots do enough? You got less than half of what you needed. This needs to do at least 2,500 to 2,600. Yeah, just 2,500.
Yeah, 2,400 actually. It might be able to do it. Probably not, but it's worth a shot.
Nope.
Definitely not.
Oh well.
Got to show off the Hyper Beam Saber.
Her Highness, please fall back. What are you saying, Margaret? This unit can still fight. Brone, use that. Hurry! Aww. So this prince is bad at fights? I suppose we must try and protect His Highness's life. I guess we'll need to use that a bit more faster than expected. Tch, he got away? Don't chase him too close. It looks like that flagship's doing something.
Those are new.
More dimensional beasts? But I haven't seen those type before. It's different than those strengthened ones. To think that there were still new dimensional beasts out there? Exactly right. That is truly right. What's with that old lady? My name is Ambronzius. I'm the Prime Minister of the Holy Kingdom of Insalaum. I'm the Chief of Dimensional Research. Dimensional science? I don't know how tiny or how huge you are, but how dare... What are you trying to pull dropping something like that in People's City? Talking about the zone, are you? Oh well. I doubt you understand the meaning of it. Let's see. For single-celled organisms such as you, rather than dealing with my dimensional sides, it'd be easier to have you face these man-made dimensional beasts. Man-made dimensional beasts? We talked about those type ones we haven't seen before? They're a bit different than those ones that were created by the King of Destruction. By utilizing the dimensional beasts he created, in addition with the science I've utilized, along with the science I've learned, we've truly created dimensional beasts that surpass dimensional beasts. You've got some pretty crazy hobbies, old lady. When you get older, your ears start to fail you. It almost sounds as if I heard something impossible there. After all, weren't those dimensional beasts your citizens before? What the hell are you thinking trying to use them for stuff like that? Since they became dimensional beasts, they can't be turned back to normal. So if that's the case, I may as well make use of them for the sake of their country as much as I can, can't I? How dare you do something like that? See, it's the reason that you're using the dimensional beast that destroyed your country is because of this old lady. Go on, keep screaming at me. No matter what you shall do, these Adamons shall crush you down. Adamon, is that the name of those remodeled dimensional beasts? Now, go forth, Adamon. Devour all enemies of Insalaum. It looks as if they'll be enjoying your deaths. That old lady.
Oh, come on.
She caused trouble and then just fled? But it looks like she's a lot scarier than that prince who doesn't know anything other than to charge.
If anyone is commenting, sorry.
We can't see it at the moment. We've had a temporary crash off to the side. The fact that she's the Prime Minister, means she's probably the real power behind the throne. So she's their main commander. Leaving aside her skills as a scientist, I don't like the way she acted. Remodeled dimensional beasts? See? So those people who were turned into dimensional beasts have been put through even more? If that's the case, there's only one thing we must do. All units, eliminate the Arcsabers and those remodeled dimensional beasts. Since the enemy's flagship has appeared, we need to take out everything they've left behind. Yes, sir. I'm fine, Crow. I'll turn this anger into strength. Ambronzius. I'll take her out with my own hands someday. So now, destroy all enemies.
Here's the Justice's attack.
I will check that in just a moment. But first, Adamon class dimensional beast. 18,500 attack, prevail level 4, support attack level 1. HP and energy recovery as always, along with the dimensional fault barrier. Has meteor dropper and dimension dive attacks. Fun! I'll go ahead and swap here with you.
Where is Twitch on your mess of a computer?
No, it's not that messy. Hand it over to me and I'll fix it.
Oh, wait, there it is.
So,
That is a lot of things to sort through.
Photon energy beam versus a meteor dropper. It can't feel good to have a meteor dropped on you. I just can't imagine that.
Alright, we're back.
Good.
We can see comments again.
Yes. Alright, so yes, if anyone wishes to comment anymore, yes, we can see them now. Great.
Photon energy beam.
Also note that these ones, as man-made dimensional beasts, look to have all these metallic bits.
Yeah.
As they've been restructured. And they're making these
This
metallic
is probably the
creaking
attack
noises.
you were thinking of. That looks painful.
Not quite. Yes, it does look painful.
There's good reason Transformers has never been in Super Robot Wars.
Well, considering that they have, you know, sentient robots showing up in T and such.
That's not why.
Why, the licensing problems?
The fact that original Transformers, like 80% of them were just... Bootlegs isn't the right term.
You're talking about the fact that, you know...
Most of them are just Japanese mechs.
Like the fact that one of them is
It's literally a Valkyrie.
Nope. I mean, you do what you can, right?
Like, I think it's Sonic Boom or something.
There you go. It's going to dimensionally dive, but you're probably going to crush it before that.
Okay. Barrier.
Yeah, they have barriers.
Alright.
All dimensional beasts have barriers.
Oh, not all.
But thankfully it's the ignore type.
It's just... I cannot picture them being able to get Transformers in any Super Robot Wars.
I can only wonder what on earth, what ones would they even use? What skills could they have? Any unique ones? Who knows?
Oh, come on, really?
What's wrong? They don't have the energy. Well done.
No, that's not why I was going, oh, come on, really?
Is they're going to try a dimensional dive here.
They're not gonna hit.
I'll beat you beyond the edge of dimensions. Smack. And then it just goes... almost beaches itself and just slips back down. I'm more surprised that, you know, the world...
I moved it one square. It was one square out of range.
I'm just surprised that, you know, the dimension patches itself that quickly after that hole was carved into it. Yay, God Mars.
God Mars!
Yeah, I remember seeing something about the Neon Genesis Evangelion Transformers crossover thing. But, yeah, I personally cannot see them using something like that. Oh no.
What?
The poor, Look
Oh,
at how much
God.
energy it has.
Where's my other resupply unit?
Die guard.
Yeah.
Yes, I cannot ever see them using both.
Can't resupply it this turn, but
Using those to bring Transformers in personally, but who knows? Anything is theoretically possible. I mean, they brought Nadia and the Secret of the Blue Water in for X, and that is a truly what on earth were you thinking decision.
what
They're able
can
to
I
do
say?
something-
But it's a Hideaki Anno series.
Even so, it's not a series. I mean, Yamato makes sense. It's a space battleship.
It's the space battleship.
Yes, the space battleship. It is a key part of Japanese culture. And since battleships are a known thing, sure.
Oh God, the face! What happened?
The line there was, Miss Aoi, I'm sending you the data for Men's Monthly UMAs. Is something like that really gonna help at all? Yes, I do not think a Men's Monthly magazine on unidentified mysterious animals will help you deal with dimensional beasts, but sure, Johnny, do whatever you want.
Johnny Barnett.
Yep. But, yeah, But yes, I'm more than willing to accept the weird inclusions from V and T of Yamato because Yamato, and Harlock because, sure, Harlock's the space pirate. You're
won't-
including Crossbone as well. Makes sense to have the space pirates
However,
be
you
together.
will not budge on Cowboy Bebop.
Yes, that one makes no sense. It's not a huge battleship or anything like that. It's a tiny ship, no mechs to speak of.
Does it at least have resupply?
Yes, it's either repair or resupply, which is the only reason it has any right to be there at all.
It is a spaceship
Yes.
with
But
one of
it's
the
not-
most famous series.
Yes, but it's not a series that particularly lends itself well, in my mind, to Super Robot Wars.
You're telling me you think it punching it trying to shoot down
An Eldritch God of some kind is a bad idea? Yes. Or just anything like that.
UX.
I don't know why.
It would be marginally better.
Goodbye, Dimensional Beast.
I can't picture it being a very good battleship, though.
The Enterprise, for the people who cannot read the comments. Yes. I don't know, because...
It's got shields, but not a barrier, per se.
It depends.
I've watched 2 out of the 3 Kelvin Timeline films. I have not watched the final one, so...
We keep on trying to get you, but you just refuse.
I have to say, migraines and lens flares do not go well together most of the time.
Which is understandable, but still.
You see my problem, at least.
You've still got Crow.
Oh,
And Alto.
Alto.
Alto. Poor Alto.
Well, you're not going to be moving after this, Alto. Let's do
Spigot.
this. If it kills, good. If it doesn't
fails-
kill, well, also kind of good.
See. The citizens of your own country that were turned into soldiers. You want to busting them up and making them fight even more? There's nothing... I can't even think of a thing to say about that woman's... about that old lady's bed. Blah. Hobbies. Hobbies is the word I was looking for.
I was going to say, there are a number of words you could be aiming for here.
Oh, Alto. Use luck.
Yep, that's
Alto has
part
luck.
of why I was doing that.
Yes, that would be... that would be a glorious scene. Calvin Timeline Kirk having to deal with all these hot-blooded pilots and asking, am I as bad as these guys? No, Jim, you're worse.
No, he isn't worse. If you have Ryoma, Getter Robo Armageddon Ryoma, he isn't worse.
He cannot be.
Mazinger, though? Yeah.
He's definitely worse than some pilots.
He's worse than Akagi. No, he is Akagi. They're basically the same.
Don't know how to say that.
Disregard for rules. Hot-bloodedness.
Do what you want because you think it's right. Yeah. Let's see. We've confirmed both the Dimensional Beast and Arc Sabers have been destroyed. But in the end, what on earth is that zone thing? We don't know. But something that Ambrone said makes me worry. We received word from Commander Otsuka. Federation military, he has ordered us to investigate it immediately. Miss Setsuko? That's bad. There's an abnormal energy reaction from the zone. What is it? Is a dimensional quake happening? Let's see, the dimensional walls around us are currently stable, but there's an abnormality occurring with that zone at its center. This is... Lieutenant Kathy, what's happening? The surrounding matter, it's very slow, but it's slowly turning into sand. It's almost as if everything around it is dying. Exactly right, Setsuko. I'm incredibly happy, Setsuko. To think I'd get to meet you again. Hasakim Doen! Hasakim, you know what the hell's happening here? It's exactly as she felt. That device is currently siphoning away from this land, siphoning the existence of the land and its surroundings. In other words, it's sucking away the life of this land. Sucking away the life of the surroundings? Let's see. A power that can interfere with event. Power that can interfere with... Let's see what you have to say, Asakim. What your craziness is stating. The power that causes events to happen. The power... That which causes phenomena to occur. The origin law. You people call it dimensional energy, though, don't you? So the zone is a device to draw out dimensional energy? That lens at the center of the zone. It's entirely made out of dimensional energy crystals. They also wound up violating that taboo, even without knowing what it means. Asakim, if we leave things alone, what's going to happen to this town? This town? What are you talking about? Yes. With this many crystals being used in one place, if things go wrong, a quarter of this continent could be reduced to nothingness. All units, commence attack! Focus all firepower we've got on the zone. There's not a scratch on it? What's happening? We threw everything we had at it. It's pointless. As it is right now, it exists in an entirely different dimension. A physical attack from the outside couldn't do a single thing. But Setsuko, you should know the way that can be stopped. So you still do resent me, don't you? However, you... At the very least, you should know what you must do now. Isn't that right, Sorrowful Maiden? Setsuko, you... Mr. Crow, you didn't hear from Everett Zuth, did you? Just like you, I possess a sphere. You too? Not yet, weighing scales. To think you couldn't even realize that the Sorrowful Maiden was at your side. You really haven't unawakened it yet. Asakim! If you know a way to stop that zone, hurry up and tell us! There's no need to do that. The Sorrowful Maiden should understand everything now. Setsuko! Mixus Setsuko, what are you doing? With the power of the Virgola Glory Sphere, I should be able to stop this zone. But if this zone is a device to draw up fourth dimensional energy, if I keep on pumping in the energy generated by the sphere, I should be able to seal its motion, seal its activity. Please wait. What'll happen to you if you do that? Don't hurry up. There's gotta be another... Don't hurry with this. There's gotta be another way. I'll leave searching for that up to you all. Setsuko! I've got a sphere as well. I can do this in your place. Thanks, Mr. Crow, but... You aren't skilled enough yet, Crow Boost. Asakim, you! Wait a minute, Miss Setsuko! If ever we're able to attack again! If we do that... There's no time left. Setsuko? Setsuko! Let's go, Virgola Glory. I'm sorry, Chief. Toby. Zone surroundings. So this is the land that had its dimensional energy sucked away by the zone? Everything around's turning into sand. The trees, the grass, even the concrete and iron? Everything's dead. That's the only way to explain this situation. And Miss Setsuko? According to what Mr. Marin and Miss Rakshata said, she's been sealed alongside the zone here. Is there any way we can bring her back? Just like how it was pointless to try and attack the zone. It looks like it's impossible right now. But Miss Setsuko's still alive. After all, the absorption from the area around the zone stopped, hasn't it? But if Miss Setsuko's life is... Don't say that, Camille. I definitely won't let that happen. We'll definitely beat up those Insalaum guys. Make them tell us how we can save Miss Setsuko and stop that zone! But we don't know where Insalaum's ships are now. Have they fled beyond the dimensional walls again? Where'd Asakim go? We don't know. See, after he saw that Miss Setsuko had sealed the zone, he wound up heading off somewhere else. If someone other than Insalaum knows how to save her, it could only be that man. I'm sure that bastard's gonna show himself before us again, at some point. I suppose so. So long as he is a member of Zexus. Let's go, Esther. Are we going to leave Miss Setsuko here? Yeah. Wasn't there anything we could have done? Yeah. What should I do now? We took Insalaum too lightly. We kept on thinking that since we had defeated the King of Destruction, we could definitely win against them. But those dimensional beasts of theirs, the Zone, and even those Arc Sabers of theirs, they were all far tougher than we could have imagined. But we had to keep on fighting. That's right. In order to save Setsuko, who's currently fighting alone inside that zone as well. I'll do it. That Ambrone person. I definitely won't forgive her! But Zexus wound up taking pretty large amounts of damage in this fight today. At any rate, we're going to rely on what Zero said and head back to China for some repairs. So we're heading to the place where everyone who escaped Area 11 is? Once we get there, we'll think about what to do afterwards. At this rate, we're going to have to keep on fighting in Insalaum. Then the Brust and I will have enemies other than them to fight. Wait for me, Asakim. I'll make you regret the fact that you looked down on me. There's a lot of things I have to hear from you as well. The southern area surrounding the zone. Setsuko Ohara. The time we spent together was short. Their life somehow resounded in my heart. Lock on. Kamina. Christina. Ritandal. And Setsuko. The 4 heavenly swords of the Black Knights. When the time comes, I swear that I'll use this life of mine in order to carry out what must be done. What a praiseworthy thought. Who are you? Don't look so angry. After all, when you look like that, I feel incredibly strange. Why? Why do you have the same face as me? It's because our DNA's the same, isn't it? What? Let's see. What are you described as? Let's see. That would be DNA sequence pattern 0988. Don't tell me. You're Innovator Regen Regetta. I can hear something in my head. Due to exposure to GN particles, you've been granted the ability to utilize quantum brainwaves. Using those, you were able to form a direct link with Veda. Let's see. In addition, thanks to specially devised nanomachines, you were artificially aged. Your existences that were deemed necessary for Yolia Schoenberg's plan. What? You didn't even know the fact that there were other people out there like you? It looks as though even you were a Gundam Meister, there was far too much data that Veda hid from you. But allow me to tell you about the unification of the world that was to come after the first phase of his plan, celestial beings armed intervention. The second phase of the plan was the unification of humanity via the A-laws. And then, the third step was for humanity to advance into outer space. And be able to deal with anyone and be able to communicate with anyone who would come after them. That was the entirety of Yolia's plan. Yes, once humanity advanced out into space, they would head off to a new frontier. Back to the palace in Insalaum. Hey, old-timer. Sir Wayne. From the way you look, looks like the flank you were fighting on was pretty easy victory. I was given permission to launch the Diamond. It is an obvious result. But allow me to hear about the battle on the left flank that you were at. It was an obvious outcome as well. After all, there's no way that standard guys from this world would be able to stand against us. But no matter how much we may have won against the flanks, If our main force lost, there's nothing to be done. Even though that old hag wound up dragging out those monsters, I heard that the zone got taken out. From what I've heard, it's only been temporarily stalled. Isn't that the same as being stopped? We didn't have a single zone alone. Lady Ambrone has prepared multiple copies of it. You old timer. You intending to take that hag's side? Restrain yourself, Sir Wayne. She is the Prime Minister. Do not forget that she was granted permission by His Highness. His Highness, His Highness. Yes. I heard that he even launched the Holy King's machine on his own. It's too crazy to make that man fight. Wayne. That strike was not from the Knight of Knights. Think of it as being from your Master Cheval. Damn it. Damn it!
Yeah, I could see the Kelvin timeline having Dragonar pilots, maybe having to deal with Disco. What I really want to see them have to deal with, though, I would love to see him have to deal with Koaraki.
That's because you just hate Koaraki for some reason.
No, that's not why in this case. That's why in most cases. But in this case, it's more for the nuke. Him having to deal with 0083 in general. No, you don't have enough.
So, today at least we're going to try and do one more stage.
Yeah, it's...
Keep on moving.
We should easily be able to do
4
one
o'clock.
more.
Should be able to go out and do that without running over too much.
Energy save... Wait, no, you already have bolt save.
Yeah.
Why do I...
Ignore size.
Yeah, ignore size.
That's ignore size.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well go ignore size on him.
Energy save is very important for the Zeta.
Especially since it's got that now. Which DM thing did I get?
A DM radar. Plus
Oh.
20 critical and plus 1 range.
Okay.
Jericho?
No, for now, that's gonna go on.
The Brasta. A decent choice.
No new units.
You'll be getting 1 new unit next stage,
One new unit that's going to immediately get fully upgraded.
and 1 that's probably going to be ignored.
One that's going to languish due to the fact that that its pilot is...
Bad.
I do not care for him.
Alright, so, back to the Pacific. Macross Quarters Bridge. At this point in time, the Federation military is observing the zone, but it appears as though it's quieted down. Is there any sign of Setsuko Ohara? Unfortunately, we still don't have any method of rescuing her. I guess we won't be able to find a way of rescuing her unless we can find Insalaum, since they built it. About Insalaum, at the moment there's currently no trace of where they may be. So they really did disappear beyond the dimensional walls. Let's see. Federation Army's Special Operations Squads are currently trying to come up with anti-Insalaum countermeasures. But with the types of dimensional science and light that our world has been able to come up with, it isn't exactly simple to be able to create a radar of some kind that can track them. And since the A-Laws and Oz aren't moving, it's been decided that the fight against them shall be left to you. Exactly what we wanted. After all, not a single person here thinks that she's dead. We'll break through that zone and rescue her. That's why we're fighting against Insalaum. Let's see. But then, why is Sexus heading to China? If you needed repairs, you I'd easily head to Japan. It appears as though Zero's got some kind of plan in mind. Yes, he
To
does.
obtain the Shinkuro.
Ptolemaios 2, hangar. What? What are you doing, Saji? Mr. Ian asked me to help out with repairs for a bit. Have you accepted Celestial being here? It isn't like that, but... We don't have time to be chattering like that, yammering on like that, Saji. Show me the skills of someone who's been trained in space engineering. Yes! Come to think of it, you were studying space engineering back at Ashford Academy, weren't you? I haven't forgotten about that dream. And I don't intend to fight alongside you guys from here on either. That's fine. All you need to do is think about how you're going to live from here on. So that's the guy who used to live next to you back at Area 11, huh? Yeah. Looks like you're worried about him. I won't deny that. You've changed a bit in the time since I've seen you, haven't you? What are you playing at, Duo? What's happening, Lacan? Even though... Oh, I dropped a coin, he didn't react at all! That's weird. He immediately recognized when I did that. Of course I react to the sound of money being dropped. But what you did there wasn't a coin. You dropped a nut. Whoa. That's pretty incredible. It's not as if it's something I consciously do. But thanks to the fact I've been in debt for so long, I just instinctively react to that.
His fear is slowly taking over.
You haven't changed either. No, you have not, Crow. Just say that I'm the same as always. Everyone's got their own ways they're dealing with what happened to Setsuko here. Outwardly, at least, it looks like things have gone back to being peaceful. Well, what's going to happen now? We're heading to the Chinese Federation. What's that Zero playing at? No matter what happens, I'm sure there's going to be another fight here soon. Yes. Learning way more about Crow than some people would probably want to know. I mean, he can even tell if you're dropping fake coins by the sound. There's a reason that he has a brilliant way of deactivating his sphere later on.
The CDS system.
Yep. The Forbidden Palace. I've kept you waiting, Sir Tenko. That's probably not the name because this person is going to be Chinese, but sure. As promised, I'm here to introduce you to my husband. So that masked man is Lady Ikagura's bride? It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Lord Tenko. I'm Zero, commander of the Black Knights. Let's see. As the representative of the Black Knights, I'm here to thank you for accepting the Japanese citizens who escaped from Area 11. That was something that... Back to names. That was something that Gao Hai decided on his own. Chen Rifa. Is that his name?
This person?
Yes.
That is Empress Tianzi.
Tianzi. Or Jing Lihua Chen Rifa. Alright, so Empress Tianzi. Okay, add that to my list of names.
So many names.
Let's see. As the leader of the Chinese Federation, she's the Empress in name only. Give me the actual name here again, quickly.
Jiang Lihua. Lihua? I am terrible at pronouncing things.
Yes, Chinese is not my specialty, so apologies to anyone who may actually know Chinese and that we are butchering here. Yes. And everything that's happening is on Gahuao's orders instead. Sir Zero. As we've been here in the Chinese Federation, I've gotten along really well, incredibly well with the Empress. After all, Lady Kagura here is the first friend I've ever had. The first? Ever since the Empress was born, she hasn't been able to leave this Forbidden Palace even a single time. Let's see. But someday the day will come that she'll be able to leave. I truly believe that. No. Someday someone will come. Someday that man will come to take her out of the palace. I believe that. That man? That's... Oh, Zero! So this is where you were. Go hi. Sir Gao, hi. Even if you are the official position is something along the lines of Prime Minister. Even if you are...
The head eunuch,
Sure, stick with that.
I believe, is the one.
Is it not rude to suddenly intrude upon the Empress?
Yep, head eunuch.
It is an urgent matter after all. Be silent, child. An urgent matter? Yes. After all, it has just been decided that the first Prince of the Britannian Union, Odysseus u Britannia, shall be married to our Empress. Odysseus? Okay. What? The Empress is going to be married to a Prince of Britannia? As viewed by the Federation, and the Chinese by the Earth Federation, the Chinese Federation is a step behind Britannia and the AU. I'd been about to move my plan to the next phase, but they went ahead and took a first step ahead of me, trying to steal it for themselves. In addition, they'll shake up the Japanese who've been kept safe here. Britannia! If you're going to come at the Black Knights with an attack such as that... The only one who could come up with such a devilish plan is the Britannians. No, is a single person in Britannia. Schneasel, it's probably you. Out in the fields. Thank you, Wufei. You saved us a lot in the last battle. I'm not the one who saved you. It was Natak. Natak? Is that the name of your Gundam? Why do you fight even though you're weak? Huh? This place is the roots of the colony I came from. You could call it my second motherland. But this country is rotten to the core. That's right. The people in charge think only of how to fill their own pockets. And the civilians are constantly in danger. Even though the Earth Federation was founded, that didn't change. On the opposite. In fact, it's the opposite. This country's become even worse than it was. You've been fighting against the government as guerrillas, but the gap in strength is far too overwhelming. Back when we first met, I asked, why do you fight against an opponent you cannot win against? You were pretty tired back at that time, weren't you? Answer me. Sorry. Sally Po. We fight because it's something we have to do. Rather than on someone's orders. It's something that we decided to do on our own volition.
Well, we're dealing with the Chinese Federation, and Wufei also is here for some reason.
Yes, because China. Yes, we are dealing with the Chinese Federation here. I am not fit for battle. Wufei? What do you think you are, Wufei?
Yes, I believe that is also what we're dealing with here.
Probably. Let's see. There's a word I'm trying to think of for what Wufei is calling himself. Someone who goes against what they're thinking, doing, saying, whatever. Contradiction. Starts with either H or F, I believe.
Hypocrite.
Yes. I'm just a hypocrite. I don't know why you'd call yourself a hypocrite. Before I wound up being swept along to this country, I lost. Someone who is far stronger than me. I'm just a hypocrite who can't win against anyone stronger than him. And so is that why you give up? With your Gundam, you were fighting for the sake of the colonies. In order to take back peace, weren't you? I have no right to pilot Natak. But you still were able to save us. It's because you are weak. That's right, we are weak. But we won't give up. It's because we're weak that we're able to get more allies. Just like you. Allies? We've gotten information here. Zexus has arrived in the country. Zexus. They have. Thanks for everything up until now, Wufei. But we'll be fine. You should head to the city. I'm sure that that's where your battle is waiting. Do you intend to fight against the government here even if you're on your own? I told you. We'll be fine. Understood. I will head to the capital. And I'll confirm the rotten source of this country with my own eyes. Good luck, Wufei. Sally Po. Don't die. In the midst of war, you had expectations heaped upon you and weren't able to answer them. So is that the reason you think of yourself as a loser? Wufei. You're a person who helps rescue the weak. Don't lose sight of that kind heart of yours. Very soon, the tiger shall bare his fangs at the palace. That time, I'm sure this country will change. Back to the Forbidden Palace. So in other words, it's going to be a political marriage. Let's see. From the Federation... Since the Federation's been responsible for a lot of stuff... For giving a lot of stuff to the Federation, the Britannians tried to drag out their Empress as an excuse. I'm pretty sure that the first Prince of Britannia is a lot older than the Empress. I've only seen photos of him.
Schnazel?
No, not Schnazel. Schnazel is the second prince. This guy is the first
He's the most
prince.
important of the princes.
Yes. I'd only seen his pictures before, but he seems like your typical no-good second-generation noble. So she's being forced to marry him without any regard to her own will? Isn't there anything we can do? Well, it's the decision of the country. After all, there's nothing we can do about that, right? You. Even though you're typically acting like an outlaw, why are you trying to take the side of the establishment at a time like this? Come on. There's no way a Reaper can turn a dime and turn into a Cupid. There's nothing I can do about this. Is there nothing we can do using Zexus's rights of policing the military at a time like this? But it isn't as if we're completely unrelated to this wedding party. What do you mean? We received information from Wang Liu Mei. It appears as though the head of the A-Laws, who's been hiding himself until now, will show up at this party. Head of the A-Laws. I had heard that their commander was Homer Katagiri, so he's going to be showing up? No. From what Miss Wang Liu Mei said, apparently it's going to be the person who's giving him orders. Not a member of the Federation military. There's someone completely unrelated to the Federation government. In other words, you're saying that this is the person who's been pulling the strings behind the Federation. Probably. Person pulling the strings behind the Federation.
Release.
Zone, southern area. Humanity advancing to a new frontier. In order for humanity to advance to a new stage, a large shock will be needed. Yes. The shock known as revolution. We've already discovered that the A-Laws have been backed by Veda. So you're utilizing the A-Laws? So you're working with the A-Laws? And if I said yes? You're saying that for the sake of your latest plan, the A-Laws have been ignoring people? Revolution requires sacrifice. After all, you of all people should know that, shouldn't you? Although, of course, the role that you were supposed to carry out was mostly taken care of by Imperium. Even so, your role in the plan is unnecessary at this step of it. We innovators were born for the sake of this plan. Our existence itself is the key part of it. Yes. And if you're going to go against that, you would be denying your own existence. Tilia Erde, let us lead humanity together. You don't need to hurry. I shall meet you again. After all, we are always connected. Innovators. Part of those who advance the plan. If that's so, then the path I should walk is... I'm sure he'll be coming. No. If he was here, he would say, "Don't be so hung up on your form," or something like that. I'll walk down the path I decided upon, no matter what may come. I decided that's what I would do. Didn't I, lock on Tieria? See, I'm planning on infiltrating... We're going to be infiltrating that party in order to search for the head of the A-Laws. Are you going to go? Well... Zero and Miss Sumeragi had intended to go from the start, but our opponent's someone who's got Veda's support. If we mess up, it's possible our faces may be known to everyone there. Are you serious, Tieria? Yes. Alleluia. Go to the quarter and call Captain Bobby, would you? Yes. Sumeragi Lee Noriega, what are you trying to do? If you're determined to do this, then we'll make every preparation we can. I'll have you follow my orders, Tieria. Oh no. Well, it's obvious what's happening there. Let's see. I wonder if the Empress of the Chinese Federation actually gave her assent to this wedding. Well, since the other side said that, all we can do is believe in them. After all, that's the best way to keep things peaceful here. But for this party, Gino, Anya, and I, 3 of the rounds have been deployed. I'd heard that Zexus are in the Chinese Federation. Are they preparing some sort of fight to break out? There's the first Prince of Britannia.
You look normal compared to all the others. You barely look like a Clamp character.
Tomorrow we shall be officially married and fully become husband and wife. That will be the start of a new bond between the Britannian Union and the Chinese Federation. You understand that as well, don't you? Empress, this is a precious party before your wedding. Please smile here. Ha ha ha. Oh. Oh, Commander. It seems as though my bride is rather embarrassed here. See. Well, of course. First, to see that you would recognize and understand your bride so quickly. Yeah. After all, you are truly fitting to be the Empress's bride, sir. Let's go back to my list of names.
Kaguya Sumeragi,
It's Li Shinkei.
Ishinke.
I can't look at the Empress. I knew it. I can't accept this wedding. Calm down, Shin. After all, we're acting as waiters here right now. Because of course you are. What better way to sneak into a party?
It works for everyone.
Most of the members of Zexus have snuck in here disguised as waiters or bodyguards. They've gone back to Colin's bunny girl outfit.
Of course they have. They gotta reuse that as much as they can.
Since they decided to, stick it in here. After all, we don't know where or when the ALA's leader will show up. We've got to do everything we can to try and observe. But I'm shocked about this. Hi, Tieria. That's the chief of the ALAs, Almark Katagiri. Asira has turned into a perfect woman thanks to Captain Bobby from the Macross. Makeup is amongst his many skills.
And Tieria is androgynous enough, as are most invades.
Yes, but yeah, perfect design. But he's only officially their leader. The person who's issuing him his orders is the one we should be wary of. The area looks so beautiful. After all, if we're talking about people who could rival women in beauty, it's only him, right? Are you talking about me? Kaner, are you really that proud of what you did back then? As expected of the legendary makeup Captain Bobby. Makeup artist Captain Bobby. He really outdid himself here. Well, that is something. Well, his skills are something, but it's also the skills of the person underneath as well. As expected of a former Onagata pro. When you say things like that, it's completely different. That's not praising me at all. Colin, I heard that Zero wound up getting in here, but what's he trying to do? I don't know. I didn't even hear anything about what's going to happen. Focus. Someone's approaching Tieria. Nice to meet you. My name is Ribbons Almark. I'm surprised the music is still as normal and happy as it is. Tieria Erde. This man is your target. contact through quantum brainwaves. Regen. To mark our meeting here, may I have this dance? However, if we head off to the dance floor, the two of us can talk in secret, Tyria Erde. Out in the gardens. You're the one who was in Area 11. I'm Luis Harvey. And you're Saisei. You remember me? Yeah, it was a strange name. Hey, why are you here? For work. I'm busy serving as police for the area. And you? I was called out by an acquaintance in order to come out to this party. Is that so? I'd heard that she was the daughter of some major corporation. Let's see. I wonder if she's here as a part of the A-Laws today. Hey, is he doing okay? The guy who was living in the apartment next to you? Saji Crossroad, was it? Yeah. I happened to meet him recently, thanks. Coincidentally, I happened to meet him recently on the job. Really? Yeah. He was working in the colonies. Saji's in space? So you're the one Regina pointed out to me? Don't tell me. You wound up being dragged to me by a prank of his. I heard that you were trying to carry out Yulia Schoenberg's plan. Do you not believe me? If that's the case, then I'd be more than happy to return your access to Veda to you. Oh no. No. A splendid woman shouldn't make such a face as that. Returning my access. Is that something that you can do? It seems as if you're taking an interest in this conversation. Let's change locations. Besides, today's party, it appears as though the greatest of tools has come along. Tools? As representative of the Black Knights, and all of the Japanese living here in China, I've come to celebrate your marriage, Empress. Empress. As the leader of the 6th grade heads of Kyoto, I've come to visit you. However, Kagura, What's wrong, Empress? Even though this is a party to celebrate your wedding, you don't look particularly good. Who? This intruder. Who let Zero in here? Zero, you came out? Oh, how unfortunate, Suzaku. No matter how upset you may be that Zero showed up here, you can't draw your sword here. But it'll be fine. After all, I don't think he's the kind of guy who's going to mess things up here. Zero, you're not granted permission to be here. However, I'm here officially. What are you talking about? I'm here as an official guest, as Lady Kagura's husband. However, the one who is not fit to be here is not me. Is it not you, Li Shinkei? What? The people who are supposed to be gathered here at this place are those here to celebrate the Empress's wedding. Do you have the right to do so? I've heard all about it from Kagura Shinkei. About the fact that you saved the Empress's life before, and she's always looked up to you thanks to that. And I knew all about your plan. Zero. Your existence itself calls forth meaningless conflict here. After all, you should understand that, shouldn't you? I knew it. So you were here. Second Prince of the Britannian Union, Schneezel Britannia. At this point in time, I imagine you're fairly busy with your duties as a member of the Federation government. As expected, you've investigated fairly well, haven't you? Schneezel, so you really were the one who set this all up. Even though you're the second prince, you've been taking over many duties from Emperor Charles, and have been placed in important positions in the Federation government. And in the past, you're the only person I was never able to win against. How is it, Zero? Since you've gone ahead and given your words of congratulation, why don't you go ahead and leave for now? See, I had intended to do that from the start, but since you are here, things are different. How is it, Emperor Schneezel? Shall we have a chess match that you enjoy so much? If I wind up winning, I'd like to request the services of Sir Kurugi over there. What? And in return, I will bet Lady Kagura on it. After all, well, Kurugi over there and I are cousins. Oh, no. Maybe? Have I got this wrong? Check. No. Yes. After all, I think this will become an interesting match. I hope you enjoy it. This is a single chance of mine. If I'm able to have Suzaku come into my service, I can reduce most of the casualties from this plan. Schneezel. As Prince of Britannia, you can't afford to let a challenge from a terrorist get away. Well then, if I win, I'd like to request that you take off that mask. Very well. Empress. With my victory and Zero's face exposed for everyone to see, I shall make that be my wedding gift to you and my brother. That is... This looks like it'll be interesting, Schneezel. I can't imagine you ever losing. But the one who'll cause that unimaginable thing is me. Zero. Now, let us begin, Zero. I'll tear off this false mask of yours here, Schneezel. I'll checkmate you here. So Saji was able to make his dreams come true, huh? That wound on her arm. Something she took from the thrones. This arm, huh? I was in a bit of an accident before. I'm sorry. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Back when I met Saji Crossroad. Huh? Back when I met him, I thought this. Even now, he's thinking of you. What? What's wrong? My medicine, it's in my bag. Is it this? That medicine that Almark gave me. As long as I've got this. Her body is riddled with abnormalities. Is this the cellular destruction caused by exposure to those false GN particles? SRW, are you okay? Yes. You. You're that member of Celestial Being who came to pick up Kujo! Huh? Wait a minute! Give Kujo back! See... She's acting as a spy for you, isn't she? Isn't that right? You... Give her back! Just... Give me back my Kujo! Yeah, who knows if Gutter Rays can fix GN particle poisoning.
Maybe.
Maybe, I mean, they're both They both force people to evolve. Explosion? That direction. What's happening back at the party? The guest room. You really do have full control of Veta? You should remember that, shouldn't you? The trial system's failure to activate. And the information controlled by the Federation. Are you the one who gave the GM drives to the Federation as well? Why? It's because Celestial Being's destruction was already a part of the plan. After all, in all normal circumstances, you would have all perished before the destruction incident. It's the truth. We're the ones who were entrusted by Elias Schoenberg. The Gundams, the GM drives, even the Trans Am system. And what of that? Julia entrusted everything to the Gundams. I think you're wrong. That's right. I'll follow the path that I believe in. Just like everyone else who's put their lives on the line beside me. I don't care if you think that I'm a fool for doing so. You've become even more human-like than I could have imagined. That man gave you far too much of a heart. That lock-on Stratos. He's just a fool who tried going along with the plan and lost in his desire to get revenge for his family. Phew! There's no point in your trying to fight against me here. See, after all, you're going to need to take direct action against us later on. After all, humanity needs to fight here, for the sake of revolution. So you're starting fights just for that purpose? Don't try and put us down. Don't try and misconstrue us. After all I'm doing is giving them just a little push. If you do that, humanity will start fights on their own. Yes, just like this country here. Looks like things are about to start getting even more interesting. Explosion? Looks as though the wedding crackers are going off in the party. How about this, Zero? I truly have been closed in. Incredibly strong. As expected of my brother. The one man I couldn't win against. At this rate, it's just going to be a threefold repetition. So we're saying that that I won't be able to win. I may have failed at this bet, but right now, all eyes are focused on me. All I need to do is create a chance. No. I'll just go into check here. With that... see. Zero was that piece, he'll take His Highness as king. Does he intend to lose on purpose? Congratulations, Suzaku! I've got high hopes for you in Zexus! What are you intending to do? Are you throwing away this victory? Let's see. Accepting this invitation would be the same as surrender. I won't forgive it. As if I'd accept an ending like this. You're out of time, Zero. If it was the Emperor, at a time like this, he'd go ahead and have taken my king without reservation. It's just as Treize said. this, I think I've gotten to know the kind of person you are a little bit better. Sneasel, you're looking that far down on me? But now, what? There's an abnormal situation. There are intruders invading the area. How many? It's one person. What?
Wufei.
Stop! If you don't shoot! If you don't stop! If you don't want to die, get out of the way! I won't hold back! Ah! Coward! Is that all that the guards protecting this country can do? Wufei, is that you? It's been a long time, Zero. But I'll take you on after. What? Empress. The man who was to be your husband has already left you. Do you intend to go along with a man like that? But... marriage is an eternal promise. Don't make light of that. Eternal promise? And so, this wedding... I shall not forgive those who arranged this farce!
Of course Wufei would.
You! Get away from the Empress! That was a good attack. Your soul, I could feel your soul through it. He was able to dodge my blade. This is a chance. To think that you have an opportunity like this. I give you my thanks, Wufei. Shinkei, the time has come! Understood, Zero? No. Kawai, the time has come! Alright, Zero. Alright, Black Knights, advance! What? Alright, the Black Knights are here! Sorry, but this wedding, we're gonna break it up. Oh, cut it into tiny bits, Black Knights. Go high! You're the one who let those Black Knights sneak into here? It was all for the Zero's sake. Answer me, you dog! Zero. Good luck, Zero. Shinkei! You turned against one of the commanders? But that was... Open your eyes, Li Shinkei. This is the true form of the country that you're supporting. What is the thing that you should be protecting? That is... Shinkei! Protect the Empress! Don't let the Black Knights take her! Let's see. Answer this question. The shouts of the heavens, the screaming of the earth, the souls of the people. What is the true What is the true heart of the Chinese Federation? Don't be led astray, Shinkei. Silence, pig. See, as representative of all the citizens, I shall not allow this wedding. Shinkei has gone mad. Everyone, strike him down! I don't care if you use your guns. With the Black Knights and Shinkei, take them all down! Understood? This is fine. With this as a chance, I'm certain that a lot of anti-revolutionaries will rise up. I don't know if the Empress will still be safe, but... 6 years ago... Well, since that day 6 years ago, I haven't even once forgotten my promise to take her out of here. Even so, even if it costs me my life, I'll protect Her Highness. I swore with my heart that I'd show her the outside world. Shinkei? On this pinky of mine. Shinkei! Yes. This is an eternal promise. I remembered it. I shall not waver! That's as far as you'll go, Shinkei. Zero! Get away from the Empress! What do you intend to do, Zero? I'm exactly the same as you. I came here in order to destroy this wedding. However, I shall be the one to claim the bride. What? Shinkei! The Empress has already fallen into my hands. Retreat, Black Knights! Zero! You! Shinkei! Empress!
You are an odd
Chapter
man,
17.
Zero.
The Bride of the Vermilion's Forbidden Palace. Deploy your units.
Alright, okay, I've still got 20 deployable.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You'll have 1 new unit here, 2 new units, and a temporary unit. But you won't have one of them to start. And you've still got 1 more. Will that be C2?
Yeah, for the bless. Really nothing else other than the bless, but...
Well, in all honesty, although that would be a brilliant point for Zero to explain people why they shouldn't fight him, having an entire starship with a whole city in it, unfortunately no one knows about the Arc Gurren yet.
Because the Macross is not.
Yes, the Macross itself doesn't have a whole city, but the Arc Gurren, no one kind of knows what's happening with Gurren Lagann right now.
That's only the original Macross. The Macross quarter... This is the Macross quarter. It's a quarter of the size, and therefore is a full military thing, but does not have a full city inside of it.
Sadly.
Now, if we had the Battle 7, that still wouldn't be the case. Large enough, but it's fully devoted to combat.
Are you alright, Empress? Is this the outside? Yes, I'm sorry that we had to use such a violent method to fulfill your dream. I'm sorry. I know that there was someone else who was supposed to take care of that promise for you. That's Nishinkei. He's the one who was supposed to do it, right? But all he did was promise. Did he promise he would marry you? 6 years ago. I wanted to go out. I'm sure that Mr. Shinkei has remembered that and is trying his hardest. It'll make you cry, won't it? Is this really okay? I mean, we did all this because Zero asked us to. I understand not wanting to let that wedding go through, but that was... But even so, Shotaro. It's because you believed what Zero was talking about that you lent him a hand, right? In order to get rid of the evil that infested this country, we wound up kidnapping... And save the people, we wound up kidnapping the Empress. Something like that. Yeah. Just believe Shotaro. Once Zero says something, he'll make sure it's carried out. That's how it is. Even if we say that, even I couldn't imagine we'd do something like that. Is this really okay? Well, I mean, even if we didn't have any time... I mean, he didn't even explain what we were doing, really. But, I mean, Miss Simuragi and Mr. Jeffrey went along with it. If there's anyone who didn't know what the hell was going on, it was Wufei, right? That guy. I thought he'd gone into hiding after he lost the trays, but he showed up out of nowhere? The way he was moving, I can't think that he arranged that all with Zero ahead of time. Cheeria. See. Pribbins claimed that the innovators had nothing to do with what was happening here in the Chinese Federation right now. But even so, a fight's going to start. Does humanity really need to be led by someone as he said? We've got reaction on the E-sensors. The Chinese Federation's forces are moving out. All units prepare to intercept. Fool who's kidnapped the Emperor Zero! I'll put an end to you myself! Understand, Shinkei? The reason that we lent you that nightmare frame. Yes. Along with you, anyone who dare raise a hand against the government has already been captured. For to survive, make sure that you take out that Zero. Understood. That nightmare for their lead. Don't tell me. Is that the Shenhu? Written as Divine Tiger, I believe. Do you know that, Rakshata? It was developed at the same time as the Gurren, but its specs were a bit high. There wasn't anyone who could use it. Wild boar of a nightmare frame. That's what the Shenhu is. Li Shinkei. Your commanding officers have already sold out the Empress to the Britannian Union. Do you truly intend to forgive that? This rotten Chinese Federation? Your commanding officers? Zero. You don't have the right to say something like that. Wufei? Wait a minute, Wufei. Zero's got a reason he's doing this. I can't trust him. What about the rest of you? That's... Even if you say that... If Zero winds up doing something wrong, at that time we'll stop him. That's how it is, Wufei. After all, everyone's got their doubts about things that are going on. But even so, we've put our bets on him right now. And if Zero does wind up screwing up, we'll just take care of the messes then. Is that so? Then I shall fight against Zero on my own will. You're as crazy as always, aren't you? What do you intend to do, Zero? We don't have time to explain things to him. Focus on the Chinese Federation. Zero, I have a reason I can't back down. Advancing! All units, follow my orders. We'll take them down. Oh, and they all got Will up. That Shinkei man. Is he as good as ordering orders as Zero is? Come on, it's gotta be a bluff. We don't need to worry about that. It'd be nice if that was the case. The Shinkei. So the commander sent you out? If you're following the orders, then you are my enemy as well. Natak, we shall strike them all down. All units, commence attack! So.
Within 2 turns, defeat 12 enemies?
No. So. First part, defeat Li Shinkei. Don't let a battleship be destroyed. SR point. Don't let Wufei kill more than 2 units. And then, at the same time, kill more than 12 units and defeat Li Shinkei.
Okay.
We cannot know their will. Okay. Because all the rest of them got will up. So, yeah, we've got Wufei chilling on the sidelines, trying to punch out everyone and anyone.
As he's wont to do.
And we've got a bunch of really small, dodgy units. Perfect.
Yeah, I would think they would be slightly worried about the 400-meter battleship advancing towards them.
Yeah, Wufei is just being Wufei. But at the same time, yeah, considering how tiny a lot of these Federation units we've been dealing... all these Chinese Federation units are, as we've seen like once before, you'd really think they'd be worried. I mean, they've got pea shooters versus a battleship with active barriers.
Just does it? Okay,
Yes, it has the pinpoint barrier.
I was wondering if it was also only in...
Yeah, no. The Valkyries only have the pinpoint barrier in humanoid form, but the standard Macross Quarter has it all the time.
Screwed up there. Oh well. Not the worst thing ever.
It'll be fine. Even if I say that, you don't have Basara yet, which is sad.
Yeah.
Because Basara can restore people's SP. That's a useful thing to have. Well done.
Oh, I can't move it at all.
Nope. It's
Alright.
hanging back and waiting. After all, Zero's busy currently making preparations.
Just Wufei things.
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine. Remember, they're both small. Empress, I'm coming to save you. This life that you rescued, I'll put everything on the line to protect you.
Just not who I was expecting him to go after. Will either of them hit?
He's got a far better chance. I don't want to kill you, but... Clonk. Hit the ground.
Just a little bit of HP there.
Just a bit. And this is only the first part of the stage. Keep in mind, folks, we do have a Trust 0 point here on this stage.
What?
Yep. Not yet.
Oh, shoot down the battleship.
Yes.
Right.
So, once we get to the next phase, a giant battleship should come out. And we need to kill that with 0. It's also important to note that these guys are probably some really good fodder for getting 0 kills.
Nah. Not as much as you think.
They're very weak, and they're clumping together a lot.
They are not very weak. They are, in fact, quite resilient.
Desire, revenge, falseness. I shall strike down everything on this battlefield. What is justice? What should I believe in, and why should I fight?
Oh, that's 1 kill.
Yep.
At least doesn't have continuous action.
Wufei is Wufei. Well, to be fair, at this point in time, even though we do in fact have ships that can travel to other solar systems, we can't, because part of the plot of what's been going on with Macross Frontier is that their fold systems have gone a bit wonky in the transitioning across worlds and don't exactly work at the moment. So theoretically, if you could get the fold systems back online, yeah, you'd have battleships that could go across solar systems, but at this point in time, no. Sadly. I mean, they had to have a reason for them to stick around.
Ace.
Jericho's an ace. At above 130 will, all weapons get plus 300 attack. Pretty good bonus.
These things just refuse to die.
Aren't they supposed to be the super tiny things?
Yeah, they are the super tiny things. They just refuse to die. Only option I even have.
Yes, because your will isn't high enough. He isn't an ace, after all. He's just an ordinary guy. Punch. All you can do.
All you need is
They seem to have very low dodge rates for being tiny. Yep, they're the tiny ones. What's up with that? Yeah, Baldios. You've taken out 5 of 12.
Just seeing. 2, 3. Alright.
So, just as a thought, what does Shenhu have? Slash Harkens, a map attack,
Not a terrible map attack.
and a special use blade. He's got a lot of skills, which is why you won't get him actually until much later in the game. But it's good to say you could target some of the other things if you wanted.
Smartest thing to do would be that, but I can't actually do that.
Don't have charge yet. Don't have the post-movement attack. Fire the Buster Cannon.
No, I have post-movement attacks.
No, I meant the post-movement attack skill. Everything post-movement.
Probably way overkill.
Certainly way overkill.
Switch you off.
As 00 gets to attack 00 units. Yay. Look off to the right for me. Check. Okay, yeah. So it's possible Wufei may not get a second kill here.
As long as that thing attacks really any of my units. I don't think this will actually kill. Nope.
Should have gone for a stronger attack.
As expected, that did not kill.
Beam Saber. It's nice to have Beam Sabers that aren't one range. All you can use is the drill arm. It's not flying, is it? Turn it on.
Wait.
The Die Guard is not flying, so we should get to see that.
The most legendary of attacks.
I've heard that...
Yup!
Yep.
Rather than using the drill arm.
Yes, it does its rocket punch to knock the enemy down. And then use the drill arm.
The most legendary of rocket punches.
Truly, what can be better than one where you actually rip off your arm to do it? Oh, and he's using his special blade. Okay.
That's one way to do that.
All you did was scratch the armor.
All you did was scratch the paint.
It's not cheap to get that repaired, though, you know? I mean, you're talking a giant robot.
Let's do wall.
Alright, Tetsujin, flying kick!
Probably gonna miss, but...
Probably, but... I mean, Tetsujin is... I typically use him just as a repair mech, so...
Well,
Oh! He hit.
I'm impressed.
You haven't killed anywhere near enough enemies, but still.
Is it don't let Wufei get 2 kills or more than 2?
Says... Don't quote me on that, is what I will say.
Alright. Because he may easily get a kill here.
The other easiest way of doing it would be just to take out Wufei.
I can't do that.
At the moment.
I mean...
You don't have anyone in the area. But it would have been a way.
It would have been a way. I mean, I still technically could theoretically do that, but...
No, Crow can't get far enough.
Seems like a waste.
You have the MS in the Flash playing. I personally don't care for this theme.
77%.
I've got no business with Small Fry. Out of the way! Hey,
that one actually was a kill.
遠い先を二人で聞いたなくしたものすべて愛したものすべてこの手に抱きしめて今はどこをさまよいくの答え I've forgotten the rest. Kind of. ではなければ殺戮の天地でいられた That's all I know. So, all that's really been done with God Mars is...
Its story.
So the stuff about the colonies and the solar system and stuff, I mean, there was some stuff about that was mentioned far, far off. I think there was like one on Jupiter or something that they mentioned that the... I want to say either Baldios or God Sigma crew ran into on their way back to Earth.
Alright.
But it wasn't gone into in depth. Let's see. Our enemies are currently on the offensive. All units, don't push yourselves. Oh, fun. That'll be fun.
Defend.
So, and all his allies got a will buff. The Black Knight shall be put to an end here! Twas only a scratch. We can keep fighting. Good luck, Black Knights.
I'll be back in a moment. Just keep accepting. I trust the AI for now. We're not to the point where I have to individually choose everything.
Yep. So this one... I don't think that'll do enough to kill it. On the other hand, I'm just hoping Wufei doesn't do enough to kill it.
Jeez.
22 HP.
The enemy that you didn't think would die?
No. No, a different one. The one enemy that was over by Wufei, I decided not to attack. Because I didn't think it would be able to do enough. Here we go! Wufei's facing Colin. That's pretty good. If you truly are right, then you should be able to defeat me!
Might does not make right, Wufei.
Wufei is Wufei. He does as he wishes. Which is part of the reason he's always so late to join you.
Decent bit of damage taken there. Despite the Gurren's barrier.
Well, I mean, even if Wufei is acting as an enemy,
One hit
single
kill.
shot. Goodbye, Wufei. I'm Kozuki Cullen. Remember that! Nataka and I can still fight! Those who are right must be strong. I can't lose!
Sure, Wufei.
16 units. So yeah, you should be more than able to take him out.
Now I just have to actually,
Macross Cannon? Sword Macross Cannon. Bobby should have... No, she has effort there. May not have Bless. You just cast Mercy.
Yep.
Okay.
That's intentional.
Alright. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, for once that actually is intentional.
So Daigard shall get the kill here. You kind of need luck on there. Thankfully you can cast it once more. If not, you really would have been up the creek without a paddle.
I know the general SP pools of most characters.
Not Punisher. I guess they don't have the... Do they have the Sinner Nut Buster still?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, either way.
But
We'll
not
probably
the
get
grit.
the grit. We'll probably get that later. I mean, they have to have upgrades for everyone at some point, right?
Well, I mean, all the other Baldios and such get them.
But the thing is, this is an upgraded head cat. Farewell, Li Shinkei.
Should give a fair amount of experience and money. Yep, you're caught up pretty much.
Mm-hmm. I'll save Camille. SR point acquired. Forgive me, Shen-Hu. I wasn't able to make use of you. Allow me to congratulate you, Shinkei. Let's see. You have the knowledge to be able to match me, and courage that's on par with Suzaku. Heaven truly does give some people two gifts. Zero! Another enemy squadron's coming! There's the battleship. There are a bunch of Britannian units. That's some bad stuff. That's the Chinese Federation's flagship. I don't have the name of it. It's Large Dragon something. Looks like their commanders are serious. And the Britannians are here as well. The Lancelot. Suzaku's there? Watch out. Those two that are behind Suzaku are the Knights of the Round. The super aces of the Britannian Union. Impossible. Don't think you would ask the Britannians for help. But that ship is Avalon. Do you understand what you're doing, commanders? You're inviting Schneisel to take care of this country. Take over this country. Silence, you traitor.
Da Long Don.
Okay, Da Long Done. We know your plans already. All units, commence fire. Our target is the ship Zero's in. Ah! Yeah! We've got the Empress here. But those fools, they intend to abandon their Empress. Stop it! All units, cease the attack! The Empress is there! Rest easily, Shinkei. We've already prepared a new Empress. An easy puppet who will happily marry Prince Odysseus. How dare you! What are you doing to the Empress? Is that something someone who's trying to start a coup d'etat should say? You Britannians, stay silent! This is an internal problem for our country. Oh, come on. And if you're saying that, though, the international representatives of your country are your commanding officers. Damn it! Stop it, commanders. You should stop already. You don't... Are you trying to admit your defeat? It's far too late for that. If you don't intend to stop, then your Empress will die. The Empress is merely a system that was put in place. We've got plenty of replacements for them. Do you intend to let yourselves be led astray by the Britannians? If we join hands with the Britannians, this country will lead to a resurrection for us. Of course, whether the Chinese Federation as a country will survive afterwards is an entirely different matter. And what will happen to the citizens then? Zero. When you walk along the path, do bother to think about the ants you crush. You throw away things you don't need, right? It's the same as that. These people. I thought you were bastards, but you're way worse than I'd imagined. This is the true darkness of this country. Selling out your country, abandoning your master, and even betraying the citizens. What do you hope to acquire at the end of that? This is a shock. To think that Zero was such an idealist. Both masters and citizens, they're nothing but ants to us. You all rotten. What are your nobles? You fools don't have a single shred of noblesse oblige in you. Stop it! The Empress? It's impossible! You shouldn't get out. There's no way you can stand outside a battleship in the middle of a fight. Please, stop this fight. Now, shoot the Empress! I won't let that happen! Ah! Hold on a bit longer, Shen-Hu. I'll give you my life if I have to. Empress, you can't die. Those who are weak, I will protect them! So a dragon and a tiger are protecting the Empress. Please, run away, Empress. Shinkai! You've finally been able to get out of there, but you haven't seen anything yet. I'll protect you! But if you're not there with me, Shinku, you... So waste to say such things to me. Don't give up.
Everyone reforms.
We will let scum like that do as they like. All of us will protect you. So, don't give up here. Sexist. We'll just get rid of anyone in our way. Aha! Can I really not save them? Not protect them? Even though it's been 6 years, I've been making all these preparations for your sake. Someone. It doesn't matter who you are. Save her! Understood. I shall receive that wish of yours. Finish them off.
The Shinkuro. So is that the Dalong Don, or is it the one?
Yes, that is.
On? Okay.
And now, absolute defense system. This is the power of the Shinkiro. What? Our text didn't even leave a scratch on it! Mr. Lloyd, that's... They really did it. That's... Nightmare Frame. They equipped the Gawain's druid system on it? The Nightmare Frame Shinkiro. Its absolute protection barrier is top class even in the world. And, Commander, in place of your citizens, I shall deliver punishment to you.
Map attack. With its incredibly odd range.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. In all honesty, I have no clue what on earth the name of that attack is, but yes. Thanks to the druid system, it's able to make use of both of those attacks.
No idea. I was just about to say, I really hope that counts towards his kill count.
I don't know. It's all thanks to the druid system's information gathering capability that it was able to make those a success. 0. How pitiful, Shinka. You were betrayed by your entire country and weren't even able to save a single woman. But with this, you should know. The ones that you should strike down are not me. Even so, I don't intend to fight under you. Isn't that obvious? Your job is to protect this country. You must save them. Put the upper hand the people! Give everything you have to the weak people of this federation. What do you think you can do with a single nightmare frame? That which controls the battlefield is not tactics. But strategy. I think you shall soon learn the meaning of that phrase. Sumeragi, there are explosions occurring. There are riots occurring all across the Chinese Federation. We've got them confirmed off by the seaside provinces, the south, and the north. We're still in the middle of confirming them. It appears as though many anti-civilian, anti-government riots have started at the same time. I guess it's because Zero's been transmitting everything they've been doing in real time. What? Even so, this is way too fast. I think the preparations were already in place underground. No matter how much you try to hide information, that people will still be filled with unease and fear. I'm pretty sure that Li Xingke man and had been making preparations for this day. And with what Zero said to those commanders, he let them all at the start. There were a lot of irregularities here. But thanks to the Empress's resolve, well, it's been made well and clear who was in the wrong. Tell me, you predicted everything they'd do? And I was able to make use of that coup d'etat plan you'd set into motion. As expected of Shinkai. Without your preparations, I wouldn't have been able to break through the Federation's information manipulation system. Sally Po, are you fighting as well? Wufei. Your straightforward feelings have been able to move these people. So everything was in the palm of your hand this whole time. But the end result is exactly what you wished for. You haven't changed at all. You think that even people's lives will move as your scenarios dictate. I won't accept you. Wufei. Yes. But as a man, I shall accept you. Wufei? Li Shinkai! With this, the enemies we must strike down are obvious. The commanding officers of this country. Even the dragon and tiger which came from the gods have become my allies. All units, commence attack! Our target is the Da Long Dawn. Don't come! Stay away! Retreat, Lloyd. What should we do about Suzaku? There's a possibility that Zexus will continue fighting afterwards. We can't afford to have them fall here. Yes, Your Highness. But at the very least, I'll take Zero out myself. I'm counting on you, Knights of the Round. Suzaku, you intend to fight me till the end? If that's the case, I'll keep fighting. Looks like public opinion's totally on our side. That's right. After all, since those commanders wound up shooting the Empress, they're definitely anti-government. And so the ones who fix that distortion are Zexus. We don't understand. After all, if we wound up losing here, I'm sure those chimeras would just wind up spinning things so that we were in the wrong. So we can't afford to lose. Exactly right. Since the places have become clear, we'll run as wild as we want. Commence attack. Our targets are the enemies of this country's civilians. Now's the time to truly liberate the Chinese Federation.
Defeat the Da Long Dawn.
Yep.
I am perfectly awake. The reason you were unable to translate that is because the Shinkiro's chest has the chest-mounted
diffusion structure phase transition cannon.
And that seems like a nightmare to translate.
Yep. So, we now have the Shinkiro. Not particularly high stats there, but yes. Yes, no. 24 kills, so sadly that did not count. He has jamming functionality. His absolute protection barrier, which cancels 4,000 damage and below from any attack.
At the cost of 330 energy.
Which is a lot, which is why we're going to fully upgrade him as soon as we can. So, he has the Hadron Shot, wrist-mounted blaster cannons, his structural phase transition cannon, and then the map version, which has a really weird range. In all honesty, if you do not have Act Again, you're not going to be able to make use of that.
On the plus side, though, that one's the only post-movement, but it's 20% upgraded from the start.
Mm-hmm. After all, when you get to this point, they need to make sure things are at least okay.
And if I'm being reasonable, the best option for him to use right now is to not attack.
But you may want to advance him a bit.
No. That's the best way I can get people to actually...
Also, you don't want to take out the boss immediately, remember?
Yeah, no.
But yes, we also have 2 new allies. One temporary, one not.
This guy is just temporary.
Yes.
Same things.
Mishinke will be assisting us.
That is a large command aura.
He's got a level 4 command aura. Because we won't be getting him back for a long time.
Still not movable.
Well, I mean, who needs to move? ISC maneuver.
Does that actually mean something?
What?
ISC.
Possibly. Almost certainly it means something, but...
Probably a real military thing.
In all honesty, I have no idea.
Well, at least the thing of it on the Macross wiki. Inertia Store Converter. It reduces the G-forces.
Which is why you can pull off those crazy attacks. So, how's the enemy looking?
It lost... It still got 20,000 odd HP. 26,000.
Good kitty. Always good to have a kitty here. She seems decently happy right now, even if she's not, perfectly content.
That's the only thing I don't like about Baldios.
What?
It can get incredibly annoying if you fail to move it to the proper position.
Because rather than moving it, it has to do the whole warp.
Yeah. And it has the sound effect.
Yeah. You don't even hear that, though.
No, I don't hear that now, thankfully. But I heard it quite a bit when I was doing Hawkeye Hen, my reruns. That was... I forgot, resupply, not restore.
Yes, you do have a couple of healers up. Not that any of them are in particular need of healing, but I think Muzzinger is, amongst other things.
Muzzinger's fine for now.
How are you, kitty? Showing off those fangs. You let her eat your finger all the time, Jo. That's the reason that, she does that. You've trained her that she can eat your fingers.
It's perfectly fine.
No, it is not fine, but...
It's perfectly fine. The ideal would be to get all of these with a map attack. But at the same time, I also want kills on...
other people.
I'd actually rather have kills on other people than 0 right now. I've still got...
After all, it isn't urgent.
Like...
We still have 20 chapters before 0 needs to be an ace.
And even then, it's not necessary.
Yes, because we've had other things. At this point in time, we have 3 of 5 0 points cleared. And we shall attempt to get a 4th this stage. That's a lot of... Are those the Vincents? Have they mass-produced Vincent?
I don't think so.
I just really wish you could get 0 into position to hit that huge group.
Which huge group? That one?
There are a number of huge groups.
Because if that's the one you mean... Okay, I have to actually see. How far is it? 3 in front. I could hit a number over there.
Yeah, why not try that?
But only if I can kill this.
So send someone else over to smack it a bit first.
Who's the weakest? Probably you?
Remember, 0's not particularly strong.
Yeah, but this should be strong enough.
With this, I've cleared all the conditions. All that's left is to defeat the commanders. If I'm able to take them out with the Shinkiro, 0's name should grow even more famous.
Alright.
Can you read my actions here?
It's somewhat amusing that it does not have /Harkins on it.
It does, but it doesn't use them.
Yes.
It uses its wrist-mounted Hadron blasters. So, map attack.
That was not as good as I thought it was. And if I turn that way, and if I turn that way.
That was also 3. But I don't know you'll be able to kill any of them.
Yeah, let's go this way. Why not?
Very good for weakening people like that. Oh no. You actually got 2 kills off that.
I thought it was expected.
Better than expected.
It is weird that the Black Getter is... You get the Black Getter much later than you can get the regular Getter, Shin Getter.
Yes. Well, the reason for that is that they didn't want you instantly abandoning the Shin Getter for the Black Getter. That's my opinion, because they know no one likes... People don't tend to like Gokei and Gai as much as they like Ryoma. And since they know that Ryoma will eventually be getting back in the Getter, they tend to want to abandon Gokei and Gai in favor of Ryoma. It's for the same reason that in Z3, you get the Black Getter and not the Shin Getter. At Chapter 10. Because Ryoma's been traveling on his own, having fun. Everyone else, who knows what the hell they're doing? They'll show up eventually, I'm certain of it. Eventually. Besides, the Black Getter just looks edgier. Yes, there is room in the game for Ryoma and the Black Getter to show up, and he does show up. In all honesty, I didn't personally use Ryoma much back when he was in the Black Getter, but he is for a while.
We probably won't go on the Black Getter's route split, I imagine.
We shall see. We'll have to see how that pans out. Because it's a choice of getting the Black Getter slightly sooner or getting a secret.
Because whilst there is a secret on the Black Getter route, we cannot get it.
No, it is not a Trust Zero
There are no Trust Zero
split.
splits after the first one.
Yes. All of the other Trust Zero points are part of the joint things.
Goodbye, Suzaku.
I can't go any further. And I have 7 has to retreat. Basically, you got a Yggdrasil drive. That's nice.
Yeah, that was worth it.
Basically, the route split there is one where you get the Black Getter a bit sooner, or one where you can ensure that A, Setsuno does not become more of a murderer than he is, B, Lacon Stratos has a happy girlfriend, and C, the Ptolemaeus has an extra sub-pilot.
Well, we've already... As long as I shoot this thing down, we only need 1 of 4 remaining.
3 remaining.
No, 4.
4?
Because there's 0 versus 0, and then there's take down another thing, and then there's also the,
No. We have 3 at the moment. This would be the 4th. There are 7 total.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. So in order to trust 0, yes. If we can kill the battleship with 0, that will give us our 4th of 5 points. All we need to do then, in that case, is one of the options for the 0 versus 0 route, where it's, I believe, the Gurren and the Shinkiro versus the Wing Zero and the Wing Zero and the Ultron. I've been wanting to fight you, Ace of the Black Knights. The Knight of 3? I've had an interest in you. I'll start off by taking out that red nightmare frame of yours. You're way too casual. Well, if you try and take me out while playing around like that, it won't get away with just a scratch. Yeah, even the Tristan can only go this far? Knight of 3, we're trading!
The Gurren dealt almost the same amount of damage. Is another Yggdrasil drive?
No, a Vernier unit.
Not as useful.
You'll probably get something else from taking out the Mordred.
That's what I'm doing.
All-range bomber attack. You can transform.
Yeah, I think I will.
Final God Mars.
God Mars! It won't kill.
So yes, the only remaining Trust Zero points are 0 versus 0. Take out the Wing Zero. Get the Wing Zero below 60% health for 2 0 points. Or kill Wufei for 1 0 point. And then finally, there is have Zero be an ace by the end of stage 37. this as far as I go? Retreating. Acquired a high-performance radar.
All nice.
Mm-hmm. All very good to have. Yes, max production Vincent is what those are.
Zero will get a lot more kills after he's fully upgraded.
Yeah.
Because for now, well,
He doesn't have that much energy and such.
he's kind of dangerous.
But because of Zero's ability, we're definitely going to want to start giving him support defense. Because 4,000 damage, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Gun punch!
Just checking the time here.
Understandable. It would seem that general stages are also just longer in this.
Yes.
Despite being shorter.
Hmm?
Alright, that actually hit.
Had some very short ones early on, and a lot of longer stages here now.
No, I mean, this is only turn 4.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Turn-wise, it's shorter.
Turn-wise, shorter, but in terms of plot happening, much longer. And a lot more crazy stuff is happening as well. So, okay.
You get some kills, you get some kills. You hyper beam saber this in the face.
Now it's starting to get dangerous.
Yes, now's the point when I'm going to avoid hitting with anyone.
Be very careful about counterattacks. Remember, Ptolemais can't heal anymore.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately.
It sucks. Dragon Fang. Attack. I can't trust those commanders or Zero. I'm still wavering. So I don't have any right to pilot you. But now, I need you to lend me your strength. In order to find my own justice. Wufei's pretty high level.
Yeah, he is. Is that the level my people are supposed to be?
No clue. Alright. Show off your strongest attack. Grand Trooper. Attack formation V! Whoa. I note they didn't call back the extra voice actors to play the other members of her troupe. Goodbye, Knight. Goodbye, Knight of Britannia. You were expendable. Because lots of those Britannian Knights seem expendable to me. I mean, they don't seem like they're highly trained at all. I mean, I know they're supposed to be highly trained knights, but it doesn't feel like it. Ever. Britannia. All hail Britannia! Overseal attack. overskill attack.
Sure, let's actually see this.
And later on, he'll pick up an even stronger attack. Oh, King Gainer.
What is he yelling here?
He said, "I've got my overskill!" Although that's not quite what he screamed.
Oh yes, apparently Kaguya from Code Geass is voiced by the same person who voices Tifa, Adil.
Colin?
No, Kaguya.
Oh.
The person who's been vaguely important here.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. They're very much the same type of character. I would have been very confused if that was Colin.
No, not Colin. That would
be nuts.
Be shocking to say the least.
Yeah. Just a bit.
Forward march. Here too.
You have not heard the touchscreen screeching yet, have you?
No, I haven't. Does it make a cat-like screech?
It goes or something like that.
This should be safe.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely safe.
Handgun versus assault rifle. C2 will be fine.
Go ahead and get
She suffered far worse. Oh, hero. Your ace bonus will be important later, but it's completely worthless for now. So, this point to save.
And do this.
Why? Oh, I see.
For the pulse saber draining.
Well, we'll see if that counts.
I mean, why would it not count?
Because technically it wasn't 0 that got the kill, but also it was. Well, either way, we should have excess 0 points.
We should be at 4 points here.
On E-Carbon armor. Ah! You forgot to give him Bless and Cheer.
Oh well.
Looks as if you've been thrown away by Schneidel commanders. All of you. You're unnecessary for this country. Ah!
Well, I couldn't have given him Bless.
Yes, you could.
I could have given him Bless, but not Cheer.
Yeah. Bless is the more important one anyway.
No, I couldn't have. I'd already used Bless, and she didn't have enough points left.
She recovers it.
Yeah, she would have been at 40.
Looks like it's over. No. It started. That's right. This country's future will be decided from here on. Sally Poe. Those who are right must be strong. Those who are weak have no right to borrow Notak's power. But those whose hearts are strong can believe in true justice. And that creates power. I shall believe in my own justice. I shall walk that path with Notak at my side. Ikaruga's warehouse. Shinkei. Empress. Because my heart was weak, you were exposed to danger. I sincerely apologize. No, I mean, you remembered that promise. I was able to see outside of the Forbidden Palace, but, this isn't an end, but, Empress, I will continue to protect you from here on. And forever. That's weird. I'm so happy, but I'm crying, even though I'm happy. How nice for the Empress. How's this shack, Wufei? To think that you'd help someone out with love problems. A marriage is an eternal promise. I shall not forgive any who would treat that lightly. Is that so? Duo, you're supposed to be a father, aren't? You're supposed to be a priest, aren't you? Are you alright with that? Ah, come on, don't say that. After all, this is just part of my fashion sense. No, Duo actually was trained by priests. Or at least lived in an orphanage and, may have taken over as one. I mean, come on, take a look at me. I'm not the sort of person who could work for any god. Wufei, I kept on believing you'd come back. Are you asking me to fight as a part of Zexus? Of course we are. I refuse. Then why are you here? I thought I told you back during the destruction incident. I'll be staying here to observe Zero. I cannot accept his power. No, I accept his power. However, I cannot trust him. Very well. Hero, do you believe him? I don't trust Zero. But... What? What are you doing? What are you thinking stopping halfway like that? It's not something to talk about with you. So it's like that again. You're always like that, aren't you? Seems like it's pretty hard, Duo. To think that another guy as tough as Hero's come. Don't just go ahead and decide that I'm stuck cleaning up after all of them. Yep. I don't want your sympathy! Detard. See, the only reason this operation succeeded was because of the information network you had set in place. Even if it was only temporary, we were able to break through the Federation's information screen and able to broadcast to this entire country the truth of what was happening. I'm incredibly pleased to hear those words from you. And more than anything, I'm pleased to be of assistance in creating the world you wish to build. With this, you were able to take over Shinkei's plan and make use of the information network he had set in place. And Zero. Oh, the fact that the Empress's marriage was prevented, does that not deserve a declaration to the world? Something we'll need to do in order to prove that Britannia failed as well. In that case, it would be the best to have her married to someone from Japan here. Is that so? Well then. That's no good. I won't let you try and deal with love in political ways. However, yes, that's right. I agree with Miss Kaguya. I mean, she finally was able to get away from those people. There's no point if we have the same thing happen again. Besides, that's too cruel. Well, if you try and force someone into political marriage, you'll be totally the villains. Don't tell me. That the person calling themselves a hero of justice, Sarah, would do something like that? You think you could? Just go ahead and try. That time, all of the Women's Brigade of Zexus will turn against you. Of course. And of course, with Sumerag as your leader, we'll be sure to be able to take Zero on. This is a war. One of personal emotions. You stay silent. What are you saying to one of the information out of the Black Knights? Let's see. Now, people who are only good at playing like this tend to wind up drowning when they're out of their depth. After all, someone who doesn't even understand another's heart shouldn't be in charge of information at all. We've had way too many people like that back in Japan, though. Anyone tries to trample over another's love, we'll take them all down. But... are you not human?
Says Chiriko Kyupi.
Chiriko Kyupi! This is your complete loss. I mean, look, even that Chiriko's looking down on you here. Zero, save me! This is all up to you, Zero. To think that even C2 and Chiriko would turn against this. Could be that I really was in the wrong here. No, that's impossible! I am Zero, the man who will create a miracle! Is he frozen up inside that mask? Looks like even the invincible Zero doesn't understand a maiden's heart. A maiden's heart? Come to think of it. Yet, President Millet and Shirley and the others talked about that a bunch of times. Is that my one and only weakness? In that case, Empress, your future is your own to decide! Huh? Zero. Shirley said that before to me. Feelings give people power. Right now I think I can understand that. Just as how I wanted to recreate this world for Nunnally's sake. The source of strength is in the heart. The reason that those people stood up against the military commanders, and we of Zexus as well, is all because of our hearts. The power of the heart. Zero. I think I kind of understand what you were saying. The path you walk may be difficult, but that's exactly why. We know that tomorrow is waiting for us. It appears as though you've lost any regrets, okay? I have to thank you, Wufei. I won't forget the debt that I owe you for helping save this country. All I did was help out in the place of those who were trying to repair this country. If at some point in the future you meet a woman named Sally Poe, let her know this. I was saved by your strength. Understood. I'll be sure to let her know. Shinkei, we must travel forth in order to destroy the enemies of humanity. Both the Japanese citizens staying here and all the citizens of the Chinese Federation. I leave them to you and the Empress. Understood, Zero. I'll pray that someday in the future, or a day comes where we can fight aside each other again. That's right, Shinkei. You're also someone I will need for my plan. The foundation of whatever it is they have in Code Geass. It's like the Super Federation or something like Super United whatever. In order to make that a reality, I shall need your strength. The power of the heart, huh? Looks like you've calmed down, Tieria. I suppose. Looks like I really do want to believe in humanity. Is that so? What were the results of your observation? I know. I'll wait until you've finished arranging your thoughts. I'm sorry.
The United Federation of Nations.
The United Federation of Nations. Brilliant plan. Stupid name. Innovators and myself. Which innovators and us? Which of us are going to be the ones who are truly inheriting his plan? And what Ribbons Almark was talking about. Back to the Sank Kingdom.
That's unexpected.
Sank Kingdom. Let's see. The student council room, or something like that, of St. Gabriel Academy. Lady Relina, congratulations on the reconstruction of the Sank Kingdom. Thank you, Dorothy. This is all thanks to the fact that many of the people you've gathered have begun to believe in the doctrine of absolute pacifism. Oh, Relina. I thought I'd told you before, I don't buy into that theory of absolute pacifism. Even so, I don't particularly care. The fact that you even think about its ideal is something that makes me happy. I'm sure that for this country that's left the Federation, lots of troubles will be awaiting us. Even so long as we have the mentality of absolute pacifism, we'll be able to face it on. Well done, Lady Relina. As long as you have an invincible heart like that, I'm sure this country will become large. Yes, large enough the Federation can't overlook it anymore. At that time, this country shall be enveloped in yet more fights. And the one who shall be at the center of that all is you, Lady Relina. Dorothy. As of tomorrow, I'm going to be heading out of the country for goodwill visits. Would you like to come with me? I will go wherever you do, Lady Relina, and no matter what country that may be. We shall begin in Area 11, in the Far East. Hero, once again, I'm headed to that country where I met you. Back there, the fact that I met you and the things I learned from you are supporting me now. Hero, I believe a day will come again when we can meet once more. Alright. So, it looks as though that things are going to be running late from now on, so we can only hope that it won't be quite as long.
And
we shall see. Yay. So, I'd like to thank everyone who stopped in here to see us. With this, we're probably going to sign off in a minute.
Just gotta get some things before I forget.
But yes, everything seems to be going pretty well for now. Tomorrow, let me check what's on the docket. Yes, so we shouldn't be getting anyone new tomorrow, although we will have overall 4 temporary allies, and we'll be losing Hero. He needs to disappear to make way for the Wing Zero. That should be it. Barrier / armor cost 0. So, also now the Shinkuro has been completely upgraded and its barrier costs 0 energy.
This is now incredibly broken.
Kind of. Should be almost invincible at least. So, we'd like to thank everyone for coming here, watching us. Thank you for helping out. And as always, have a nice day. Farewell.